6 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The 2026 NFL season will officially start on Wednesday, September 9th. It was announced yesterday as the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks will host an opponent that will be announced at a later date. It's the first time the NFL season will start on a Wednesday since back in 2012 when the Giants hosted the Cowboys. Then the next day, the NFL's first ever game in Melbourne, Australia, as the 49ers take on the Rams in an NFC West showdown Thursday, September 10th. Coming up tonight, the Sweet 16 begins in the men's NCAA tournament. Starting the night off, 11-seed Texas will take on 2-seed Purdue at 6:10 on CBS. Then 9-seed Iowa takes on 4-seed Nebraska at 6:30 on TBS. And the nightcap, 4-seed Arkansas takes on 1-seed Arizona at 8:45 on CBS. And then to close the night, 3-seed Illinois takes on 2-seed Houston at 9:05 on TBS. You can also hear the coverage courtesy of Westwood One starting at 6 o'clock right here on 104.5 The Zone. And tonight, the Nashville Predators, riding a 5-game win streak, look to make it 6 as they face off against the New Jersey Devils tonight here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena with a 7 p.m. puck drop. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go into your Thursday morning on Ramon and Will. Good morning. On Friday, Junior in Music City. 615-737-1045 is the number. We stream the show live for you on 104.5 The Zone TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. We've got red flags for Titans options with the 4th overall pick this morning. Former Titans center Ben Jones going to stop by, going to talk some interior OL with about 2 decades of NFL experience in the offensive line. That's going to be in this studio at the same time. The Sweet 16 starts tonight. Lots of hoops discussion. And yes, the 11 years of NFL experience played from Pittsburgh, starting in Knoxville, that all began in Ripley, Tennessee. Back in the studio. Ramon Foster is here again.
We back.
Justin Hawkins at the controls. I'm Will Bowling on Thursday, March 26th. Good morning.
It's so much better in the studio. Okay, like the chemistry, the looking you in your eyes. Pause.
Yes.
So sentiment there.
Good morning, good people. I'm happy to be back, man. I got to go get my headphones fixed at your dad's shop, man. Well, not your dad's shop, your dad's business. Or Ramon Will here. Either way, listen, I broke them, and it's me, okay? So I can wear my cowboy hat today.
Okay.
I can't wear it like this, can I? This is not appropriate today.
You look
Ramon
like
Too Tall Jones.
You look like the way Les Miles used to wear baseball hats when he would just wear them totally on top of his head.
It
never totally. You ever seen that?
I was in a different world at that time.
He would never totally pull the hat all the way down on his head, and he would just eat grass, clap with his fingers never touching like this, and have his hat about halfway on.
Come on,
the 3 elements of Les Miles.
Oh, he's supposed to be the college version of the rapper T.I. He used to always wear his ball kept cocked to the side like that too. But
it was straight. It was just like on the very top of his head, yeah.
That's not okay. Absolutely not at all. By the way, Hawk, man, I listen to your update, and I mess up words all the time, too, so don't take this personal at all. But you call it Illinois. When did we get an E in Illinois?
How do you say it?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
You from Tennessee, right?
What am I saying?
You said Illinois.
It's also before 7 a.m.
It was. That's what I'm saying. I mess up words all the time. I'm going to screw something up today just because I called them out.
I'm not understanding.
You said Illinois.
Illinois.
Like Eleanor.
No, that sounds a whole lot different.
No, that sounded like what you said.
In my voice, in my head voice is saying Illinois.
Yeah, I know. You got a head cold going on right now?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just the monsters that are living your brain right now.
Look, I live in the South, but I'm not a Southern person.
Whoa, wait a minute now. Don't discriminate yourself. Don't separate yourself from the pack now. We will bump you out, okay? That's all I'm telling you, Hog. Like, be with the gang. All I'm saying is, I mess up words, you mess up words, we'll mess up words.
Are we sure that I messed it up?
You didn't mess it up.
You did say Illinois.
You said Illinois.
So who's saying it's wrong?
You. Meet me outside in the parking lot when we done today, okay? Not during the show, but when we done, because we got company coming over and nobody can have black eyes. I'm cool with that. As you can tell, I'm happy to be
Company
back.
coming over. Yeah, that is a very southern thing for you to say.
That is southern as heck. What was I? Oh, did I tell you I'm getting my trees cut this week in my house? I did. Oh, another thing. So I had to be quarantined for a little bit. Okay, all right, I'll lead it. I had pink eye. Okay, good people. So I had to get that out. So 24 hours, I'm clear, non-contagious right now as well. So, but I had to sleep in a separate bedroom because why? I'm a responsible adult. I'm 40. Okay, I got to be responsible to my house. So I sleep up front in the front bedroom that we have, and I'm taking a shower. I used some shower gel that I hadn't used since I played in the NFL. Not that particular bottle. It was a bottle we had at the house for guests. It's like some Dawn's Men. Not Dawn, that's dish soap. Dove. See, there it is, Hawk. I messed up. Karma hit me quickly.
You got a lot of oil on your body? You got to use Dawn?
Whoa, wait.
Listen.
No Diddy.
No. You on fire this morning.
Lot of oil on you. We're talking. It's not even 6:30.
Wow. 6:10 yet, okay?
Can't talk about oil in current events.
Cannot. But what I'm telling y'all is this. I'm a house cat somewhat. My wife buys my wash soap that I use, okay? It's Dove non-scented. It's supposed to be better for the body and stuff like that.
Good.
But I used this Dove Men the other day. Y'all, it's so much fragrance in that doggone body wash, man. I was tasting it in my mouth. It was so strong. I used it while I was playing probably, and it didn't affect me because I'm having football pads on and got all this perspiration on me and sweat. But I cannot do the fragrance stuff anymore. I'm not sure what y'all use, but I use the blue bottle of Dove or whatever. This men's Dove is way too strong.
Okay.
I know some chemicals seep through and took 30 seconds off my life.
30? Wow.
30 seconds.
My condolences.
You know what? I appreciate that.
That's probably a small fraction of what Tennessee athletics have taken off your life over the years.
Yeah.
So
stop, Savage.
I will do. I don't mind the more fragrant stuff. I just don't do any other kind of scents. Because I know that that's the scent.
Yeah.
I don't go for as strong of an antiperspirant, which apparently antiperspirant's not good for you. It's got aluminum in it. Listen, if I'm not sweating, I'll do whatever it takes to not sweat.
Yeah.
I was having that conversation with somebody the other day. You don't use antiperspirant, do you? Am I not supposed to?
When did we get away from it?
I have no idea. what are the downsides of having aluminum?
A lot.
Nana used it. My granddad been using. Granddad at 89. And I'm sure he's using aluminum out here.
There's some things in society we don't need to rethink and know about. It just works for us. It's functional, and we just keep it moving. Keep the line moving.
Who's big boss just anti-guy or woman or thing that's taking all of this away? Because I've seen the deodorant.
I don't know.
I've seen the deodorant stuff. I'm all for eating better. We're trying to do a little elevated garden in the backyard now. It's fine. Absolutely loving it. The wife got 50 tomato plants
Does it have aluminum in it?
Does not.
50?
Perfect.
No, she grew way too
a lot of
many.
tomatoes.
We got a little greenhouse, not a whole lot of plants. I told her, you're going to plant 1,000 tomatoes in the backyard. We got peppers. We got jalapenos. We got some strawberries right now. And she's going to start up some collard greens in the fall. You can't grow them in the summertime because they get kind of bitter. But what I'm telling you is we're into that. I'm just not into you taking my deodorant.
I'm a big Method guy.
Method guy? Oh, hold up. Break that down to me.
It's the name of the brand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the name of the brand.
What's the method you use?
The method, cleaning myself with Method soap.
That's a great start.
I just don't do any other kind of fragrance. That's the fragrance, and then I'm good.
I'm looking at somebody.
I think I smell decent.
He's got that stuff is poisonous. Okay.
What's poisonous? I've made it in 28 and a half years. I'm good.
So is the cheeseburger.
Big antiperspirant guy.
I heard
Big Sweat's going to see me coming.
Soy.
I see what you did
Tofu could do that. I'm just saying, it's about moderation with all of this stuff.
Alcohol's poison.
Hey, listen. That right there is something we need to talk about.
That was such a good line, a reused line from college coaches. Don't you put that poison in your body. You better be back here at practice Monday, ready to go.
Hey, coach, it's the off season. Thirsty Thursday's about to go down. You hear me? Ron Slay in town, baby. We about to go have a ball. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what. But big deodorant, man, is getting hated on right now.
I use Harry's.
Harry's?
Yeah.
Is that the natural stuff?
It's morally natural.
I tried the natural stuff while I was playing. Y'all, it made my underarm so itchy.
No, I can't do that. I will switch a product so quickly.
I'm allergic to the gel deodorant.
I can't do it. It just feels
I
weird.
hate the gel.
I get a big
I'm
old
with
rash.
you.
Because that makes me feel like I'm sweating also.
Yes.
And the whole point of deodorant is to not sweat. And then if I use the gel, I feel like I'm sweating.
Yeah, well, then all of a sudden you become very itchy and you have a big old rash around
not a fan.
your whole
Powder me down,
Not a
okay?
fan.
White bar me under my arms is what I'm telling you. I did the squishy gel stuff. It feels. You see,
No.
your face just made the face that I make.
Not a fan.
Not a fan at all.
Not a fan
or
at
the
all.
naturals. I tried it for like 2 weeks. I was out there musty. My teammates looking at me like, Moan, you okay? Like, I couldn't do it. I tried.
You know what I am a fan of?
Talk to me.
Sweet 16 basketball
Come
tonight.
on, man.
4 games
We back.
taking place tonight. Texas, Purdue at 6:10 on CBS. Iowa, Nebraska at 6:30 on TBS and True TV. Illinois, Houston at 9:05 on TBS and True TV. And Arizona and Arkansas doing battle at 8:45 on CBS. Which game are you most excited about tonight?
The Arkansas game. Arkansas is it Houston?
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Arkansas.
I just said it. Arizona, Arkansas.
Arizona, Arkansas. That one.
Should
Jeez,
listen to
excuse
myself,
me.
too, and also encourage you to listen to me.
It's your
That
first day
one.
back. We'll give it to you.
I've been here.
You get one.
I've been in the boat. I just hadn't been rowing with y'all. So, but yeah,
You're on the Illinois train.
I want to see. Yes, the Illinois airplane is where I'm on right now. But I'm excited for the Arkansas Arizona game just to see one. I'll be honest with you, from a distance, I've still been a fan of Toby Awaka, former Vol. Just watching him do his thing, he made the right decision for him. I like that for him as well, because I personally was looking at Toby when he left UT. Like, Toby, you go to Arizona, like that is a basketball school, blue blood essentially. And I didn't know that his talents is at where he thought it was as well. And I'm glad that he was right on that. I can appreciate a person jumping out on a limb and saying, man, this is going to work for me. But also from a perspective of Kyle, like, I do want to see if Coach Calipari can switch his coaching ways and challenge a team that is really good into beating them, man. And this is just, to me, a really good matchup personally.
Yeah, Darius Acuff is the most electric player in this tournament. I think Arkansas, if you don't have a rooting interest, might be the most fun team in the tournament.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really good teams. Not saying they're the best team, and I don't think they'll win tonight. But Arkansas, the way they fly around, the dunks,
Facts.
the drives, the big shots they hit, just Darius Acuff in general and how fun he is to watch. I think Arkansas is as fun of a team as there is in college basketball this season. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and also adding to the fact, too, like, as soon as we get done with cricket tomorrow with Savage, like, I want to ask him, he said we're going to do it again. I want to ask him, how is basketball, I guess, projections different from almost any other sport? Like, why, as good as Darius Acuff Jr. is, and almost I feel like ready-made, he's still like an 8th overall selection projected in
That's
mock drafts?
crazy to me. I do not understand that at all.
How is that the case when they'll go with a dude that's averaging, 10 points and 8 rebounds, or somebody from a different country?
In
like
France, right.
Acuff is killing it. And don't you think he's ready-made now?
No question.
Okay.
Size maybe for him, a little bit undersized, maybe.
But he's beating it now.
We'll talk to Slay about that.
Yeah, I know. After cricket, of course.
Illinois, Houston tonight at 9:05 is the one I'm most excited about. It's such a fun matchup because both teams can rebound, and that's kind of where the similarities end. Houston, a really athletic, lengthy defensive team. Illinois is as good of an offense as there is in the field. 6 players have 35 or more threes on Illinois' roster this season. 6 players with 35 or more threes. How does that match up with Kingston Flemings, Emmanuel Sharp, Uzan, the way Houston kind of does go through lulls offensively, but as long and as physical as they are defensively, are they able to affect some more of those Illinois shots? And man, that is an interesting mix of styles, and bring your football helmet. Because if you like football, then I've got a basketball game for you tonight at 9:05 on TBS.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, too. I like Coach Sampson as well, man. Just his style, seeing the way he and Coach Barnes somewhat parallel and how they go about it. Now, he's got a Final Four. Coach Rick Barnes got to get his as well. Wouldn't it be ironic if that happened in the year that we thought was the most unlikeliest?
On YouTube, you can comment on the show in the F and Beg chat. And Darkwan says, Kentucky fans going to be sick if Cal wins it all. Yeah, Kentucky fans already sick. But yes,
Yeah.
they would be very sick if Cal somehow won it all. I don't know if that's possible with this team, but you never know. They've got Darius Acuff and nobody else does.
All right.
Coming up, 615-737-1045. Your phone calls, your comments at the F and Big Chat, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch will hit the headlines to start the morning, including the NFL extending its territory, so to speak, after this. Life lessons in America. When you give the NFL an inch, they will take a mile. And they have taken said mile to begin the 2026 season. As we begin your Thursday morning edition of Ramon and Will, 615-737-1045. Ramon, it is downright disrespectful that the NFL, in the middle of March Madness, middle of Sweet 16 weekend, makes an announcement yesterday saying the Seattle Seahawks will open the season on Wednesday of week 1 instead of hosting the usual Thursday night opener. We have one less day to wait until NFL football this year. Congrats to us.
I know. It's you're right. I didn't really put all of that into the pot of complaints that I had about it. Well, like I have no complaints about it. The earlier we can get real football, the better it is anyway. But you're right. We're in the middle of March Madness. Owners meetings are going on right now. Baseball. Opening night was
Which
last night.
We're going to get to in 20 minutes. Yeah.
I know, but like there's a lot of spring things. I mean, the spring football leagues are taking off. We just watched NFL flag football. And you know what they said? No, here's a big press release for you guys. We're doing it on Wednesday. We talked about this last week when we spoke lightly about the NFLPA side of things with J.C. Treader and everything. It's like they're coming for Wednesdays. They've already lightly done it, of course, accidentally through COVID. But the league saw guys will adjust. Guys are malleable. This is going to be something that I want to see how far it goes. I doubt they worked on Tuesdays because you just can't work on Tuesdays unless it's a holiday.
Unless it's a holiday, right.
But, Will, this opens up a big old can of worms right there. A Wednesday game.
So there is a specific reason why this is happening. The Seahawks will play someone, though we don't know the opponent yet, on NBC at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 7:20 Central, on that Wednesday after Labor Day. The Rams and 49ers will play on Friday morning at 10:35 a.m. local time in Australia. That is 8:35 p.m. Eastern. The NFL's not allowed or not announced a broadcast partner for that game. There is a reason why this is happening, beyond just being Australia. The Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961 does not allow broadcasts of professional football games on any Friday or Saturday from the second Friday in September through the second Saturday in December. The last 2 seasons, the day after the season opener fell on the first Friday of September. This is not that. So the way the schedule worked this year with Labor Day, the second Friday in September is that week. So they can't broadcast Friday. They had to move both games up a day.
Wow.
So they're going to do Wednesday and Thursday because it's technically the second Friday in September.
And this is because the Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961.
Correct.
Doesn't allow broadcast professional football games on any Friday or Saturday from the second Friday in September.
Yes.
Through the second Saturday in December.
Yes.
Huh.
Is Black Friday excluded, I guess?
This is in America law, right? Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's the reason they have to do
Act
it
of 1961.
Friday morning. Okay. All right.
The way I understand it, partly to protect high school football, partly for college football.
College football.
Just
okay.
Separating the two.
I can understand that. I just didn't know they thought that far ahead with this type of production and TV and the growth of the game. Good on them for. I do think high school football should be protected, and the NFL has no business infringing upon college football as well in the fall. Only issue I have with this game in general is the 10:45 start or 10:35 a.m. local start. Like, that's asking a lot, to be quite honest with you. Like, 12 o'clock kickoffs Central, they can be problematic just because, okay, well, hey, it's 12 o'clock. Not really, but we're used to it. Telling me you're moving it up 2 more hours is I personally think that's asking a lot of the players that's got to go out there and play with this level of physicality on top of the travel inside of it too. Like, I'm not sure when they're going to be leaving, but isn't this like a 16 to 18-hour flight from L.A. for these teams as well?
I think it's something like that.
Yeah. I think we talked about it before. Like, oh, we'd love to go to Australia. It's like, no, you will not.
I think this is too far for the NFL.
Yeah.
14 to 16 hours.
It's just, one, I'll say this. My retirement player that are older than me, the growth of the game, absolutely love this. But for the guys that are currently in the seat dealing with this type of, strain and newness to the game, it is asking a lot. Like, I know the league and the PA are going to get to a point to where they got to start negotiating the CBA again. Player safety being a part of this is probably one of the last topics on the table, likely, at this point, because, again, you're asking guys to fly 14 to 16 hours and then play at 10 o'clock in the morning. I mean, we're doing a lot for the growth of the game, and I know the benefit of it, but it does kind of hit you in the, okay, well, how far are we willing to go now? A 10:35 kickoff. Some guys are going to be at the stadium at 5 o'clock, just to break it down, okay?
Cam Ward would be.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, honestly.
And we will get ready. We're going to compete. We're going to play the game, but I don't think this is one of those situations where other sports, I think, are putting their players in this type of position.
I don't like it. Baseball has done this. I mean, baseball's done
non-contact
local time games before 11. Yeah, I mean, they'd argue, be like, well, but we got a 100-mile-an-hour sphere ball going at our heads, and we got to be locked in to hit it. Like, yeah, I think it's a step too far. Imagine getting hurt in that game and having to ride 14 hours back on a plane with your leg propped up or something. Like, I don't know. Like, just imagine that element of the travel.
I had a bruised rib coming back from London. We played over there in 2014. And, of course, you don't think about these things taking the flight over.
Right.
Not even a little bit lucky for me, and this is going to sound OG as heck, but, like, I was a starter. I got to lay down on the Virgin Atlantic, like, airplane. Like, they had the beds for the starters and stuff like that. So I was decent, but, like, how uncomfortable I was it was like an underneath rib type of issue that I had. Like, the doctors couldn't really do anything. If I was playing in the game, I'd have probably had to get one of those numbing shots in my rib cage or whatever. So, like, it hurt. And flying back from London, which the London flight is 6-7 hours, 6 to 8 hours or whatever it is. And it was very uncomfortable. I couldn't lay down. There was no pain meds that I was willing to take because I wasn't about to play a game or anything like that. So to your point, if somebody has an ACL or somebody's got a rolled ankle and they're trying to elevate it, like, the comfortability of the planes that they're setting these guys up on needs to be explored. If you got the biggest jet, get 2 of them. Make sure that all of the players, not just the starters, excuse me, coaches, but y'all don't need to be in first class in these type of flights right here. Let the players be in a position where the product is comfortable, even if there's an injury and stuff like that. It's just a lot of small item things that are, I think, small to the public. But as far as the players that are on the field, this is big stuff for a guy like me.
For injury sakes, like, the pressure of being in that high of altitude for that long, that, in case of your ribs, would be very, a serious thing, because the higher you are and the longer that you're up there, the more pressure it's going to put on your rib cage to force itself to try to expand and contract, which is what normal breathing does, and it has issues with that. So if you have a knee issue, the same thing, the swelling, that does not help at all.
It hurt it, okay? Like, I won't lie to you. Flying back from London, and excuse me for my vernacular this morning, it hurt it. It hurt, okay? I like to play around with words from time to time, like Illinois. But
you're right. Hey, congratulations.
But
you got to say Illinois.
Again, the biggest, I guess, conversation that will be coming from these owners' meetings and the start of the conversation for the new CBA is, how far are you guys willing to go? Now, here's what will happen. I personally think they're going to up the salaries. I'm hoping they also up the post-retirement health after football. 5 years for 18 games. Post-football.
Yeah, because it's going to be 18.
In the words of Kendrick Lamar, is not enough. I say that as a human being. Playing double-digit years and only getting 5 years of coverage, I think the league should match per year, per post-retirement, what you get in medical coverage. And the players, personally, in my opinion, need to fight for that type of stuff. That's something that I brought up when I was a league rep, when I was a rep for the Steelers for the NFLPA. If I play 8 years, give me 8 years of post-football coverage. 8 and only getting 5 is not okay. So you mean to tell me the guy that got 4 years get 5, but I did double digits and contributed twice as much to the league?
It's fair.
I only get 5. Like, those are the things that needs to be talked about, because there's hand over fist money that's exchanging hands right now. We're doing business with the Australian government basically at this point.
It's a global brand.
It's global, and I love that, though.
And they're trying to sell global TV rights.
Yeah. I love it. But we gotta make sure that the product is sustainable and we get our premier players playing for a long time to keep this league up.
You've got to reinvest the global TV money back into the players.
Yeah, gluttony for the NFL. Stop.
Yeah, Ron Slay in the F&M Bank chat on YouTube says, I'm on the side of the owners. Make them play 20 regular season games. I do think it will be 20 in all of our lifetimes.
You do?
I do.
Well,
in all of our lifetimes.
I know this is a down.
I think baseball will be in Nashville in all of our lifetimes. I'm not saying that's imminent either.
Okay,
like, it's one of those things of one day that's going to happen.
I love it all. I do. I love the game of football. But
what are you doing in return?
Yeah, and don't oversaturate. Don't saturate the market, though, too.
Oh, I feel like it's getting saturated now.
The one pullback I would do is remove cameras from behind-the-scenes stuff. The players are doing that enough. I personally don't think the team should be in the behind the scenes, because I think when fans get a look behind the curtain, it kind of softens the realness of it to a lot of people as well.
It's hard toothpaste to put back in the tube. Once you start giving content and access and native content from inside organizations.
And money being paid out.
I see where you're coming from on that. I mean, you lived it with cameras around you for 11 years. But it's hard to open Pandora's box and put everything back in.
You good with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Of course. I'm going to sit there and watch it.
Just need Tuesday now.
I'm going to sit there and watch it.
I'm not opposed to it, okay? It's just from a conscientious side of it. That's just my pushback to the we want more. I love it.
The only thing I don't love out of any of this is the Australia part.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, you really will have guys getting there 6 a.m. to the stadium.
Warm up.
I mean, were you a first shift of the bus guy? Like, how did that work in Pittsburgh? Like, how early would you get there?
I went with the trainers.
So you'd go early.
Yeah, if the bus was, if the first bus, let's say, was leaving at 10 to get to the stadium
for a 1 o'clock game.
For a 1 o'clock game, I was at the stadium at like 8:45. So yeah, just get in there, catch my bearings, man. Get in the hot tub, get taped up, stretch, walk the field when nobody's there, type of stuff. So to your point about Cam Ward, like literally leaving with the trainers, like there's a group of players, usually on almost any team is what I found out, that will hop on the bus with the trainers or catch an Uber. Like Troy Polamalu used to catch a cab.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Before Uber was a thing.
Yeah.
Troy used to catch a cab, him and Ryan Clark, to stadiums. I'd be like, where y'all going? It's like, we're going to the stadium. It's like, bro, the bus don't leave for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
I know it was reported for the first preseason game that Cam played in Tampa this past year that about how early he was there. I think it was Teron Davenport had the video of him walking in and everything. And I remember being in Tampa, seeing that on my phone, being like, am I late? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
No, I was perfectly on time for everything we needed to do and for my first game at that point on Titans radio. But I remember being like, oh no.
Yeah, no.
What have I done?
Imagine how I felt as a rookie watching Troy pack up and leave.
Yeah,
like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But it's the league, though. Goodell is paid handsomely. And the league is operating very smoothly not to have done all this, man.
ESPN.com writer Ben Solak yesterday ranked every free agent class 1 to 32 and had the Titans near the bottom, coming in at number 28. As Ben Solak says at ESPN.com, I love the John Franklin Myers deal. Slots in nicely below Kenny Clark's and Zach Sealer's deals. Getting market rate on the only splashy defensive tackle in the market is a big win for Tennessee, he says. But he adds, I didn't love the rest of the deals. Says, although I understand the value of familiarity, I do think the Titans got the worst end of the Jermaine Johnson-Devondre Sweat trade and overpaid for Wan'Dale Robinson. Ben Solak adds, I liked both Alante Taylor and Cordell Flott on the corner market, but I also thought both would require smaller deals than they got. He goes on to write, I won't knock the Titans too much for doing what struggling teams have to in free agency. Overpay veterans to ensure the roster is functional and the locker room has leaders. The Titans got a lot better over the last month, but it doesn't feel like it did for the Patriots last season when the resulting ceiling seemed sky high. This rebuild is more than a one-year effort, he says.
Last part saved them. the last part saved them because, again, with where this team was, and I like Ben Solak. He does good work, man, but I think he's off on this one, starting with the Johnson and Sweat trade. Like, the way he's talking, we're talking about a guy in Jermaine Johnson that's an edge rusher, premium position, versus a Tavondre Sweat who's trying to find his way through the league nose tackle. At this point, like, I get what he's saying and how Tavondre's potential can take you to another level, but we hadn't seen much of it here in Nashville, Tennessee. We've at least seen a Pro Bowl out of Jermaine Johnson. That one-to-one comparison, I think, trumps everything that he's saying right now. And again, we're talking about a trade in which a player for player, basically, yeah, you take some of the salary, but the Titans can handle that salary. The other part of it is I get his stance, but I don't think his point is even across the board how the league weighs nose tackles versus edge rushers. It doesn't equate when you look at the two. And him saying that the Jets won that one, I think, is a little bit of report malpractice, to be quite honest with you, on what the league tells us. I'll just start right there. I didn't agree with the first statement he made in that one.
Yeah, I thought the Titans got way more value for Tavondre Sweat than any of us expected.
No doubt.
For someone that was being shopped for a second-round pick at the trade deadline last year. You essentially got back what you used to select Tavondre Sweat.
Yeah.
The real problem was not taking the trade from the Rams when they wanted to move up and draft Braden Fisk that would have given you a future second-round pick for Tavondre Sweat.
You know what I'm saying? And this right here, I think, in all of my years of covering this team, for this piece of, I guess, negativity to kind of come out almost dead last in free agency, it's one of the first times I feel like it's happened. Every other time the Titans are getting highly touted for what they did in the offseason, this is one season I feel like they're getting crapped on. It's probably going to work, is what I'm saying.
His best free agent class was the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Saw that.
Saying he liked a lot of the doubles that Omar Khan and Pittsburgh hit, saying they weren't trying to hit home runs. They just went and got solid players. Michael Pittman Jr., Rico Dowdle, Jamel Dean, Jaquan Brisker, Sebastian Joseph Day, old friend, and Asante Samuel Jr. I don't know. I see where Ben's coming from, but I also think he gives the answer to the test at the end of his statement, saying, I won't knock the Titans too much for doing what struggling teams have to in free agency.
Yeah.
Value is not the most important thing in terms of the entire contract number for the Titans right now. The value is, can I raise the floor and set ourselves up to raise the ceiling in the draft? And what else are you going to spend the money on?
Exactly. And as far as best wide receivers, this cycle, without having to get up draft picks the way Pittsburgh did for Michael Pittman Jr., like, he was the best. Wan'Dale Robinson was one of the best signings you could have gotten. The fact that George Pickens wasn't available to you as well.
He's one of the only options you had if you wanted a splash at receiver to help Cam. Like,
Colts kept their guy.
Of course you're going to overpay for that player.
Yeah. Alec Pierce didn't hit the market, and they gave him a monster deal. I'd love to know where he had the Raiders, because that Lindenbaum deal, to me, I like it for OL, but I just never saw a team like the Raiders being in a position where they give a center, respectfully, I say this, Ben, $28 million a year. Ben,
he had Vegas number 7.
They were – oh, he's going to have to do some breaking down.
He said he didn't love Tyler Linderbaum's deal. Says paying him 150% of Creed Humphrey's deal. Says the context around it makes perfect sense. The Raiders had money to burn. They prioritized center. Okay, well, Titans had money to burn too. They prioritized defense. They prioritized corner.
See, this is where narratives kind of get me.
Yeah, it's fair.
Is it because Tom's with them? They also don't have a quarterback. The other part to him,
well, they're about to.
I'm black and gold through and through. But there's nobody to throw to Michael Pittman Jr. or DK Metcalf right now.
Sure.
Like, they did good on getting weapons. Rico Dowdle, yeah, I'm with that. But, like, legitimately, that's a fascinating approach is what I would say.
615-737-1045 is our number. Tony Vitello managed a baseball game last night that wasn't a midweek game on a Wednesday. No, he was coaching against the New York Yankees. Baseball is back, and fans are already overreacting to a press conference quote from Tony Vitello that you will hear next.
Hey, it's Ramon Foster, and I'm not going to have you put your arms behind your back at all. I just want you to know if you're a couple and you walk into Genesis Diamonds, you won't believe your eyes, man. It's always a mind-blowing display of sparkling jewelry with literally thousands of choices when it comes to engagement rings. All the styles she's seen online are right there. But the experts at Genesis make them feel totally at ease. They are offered a beverage. This is very true. They're asked a lot of questions about their taste and style. They're given a no-holds-barred education. They're even told the secrets of the jewelry business. I'm here to tell you, the consultants at Genesis are not on commission. They are not retail clerks. They are not transaction focused. They can spend 30 minutes with you, or they can spend 3 hours or more with you. It doesn't matter to them. You can see dozens and dozens of diamonds in an array of sizes and shapes and color grades as well. You can see handcrafted rings from all the top designers that other stores aren't even allowed to carry. You can see the difference between a diamond that's properly cut and one like you might get at one of those online places. The difference will blow you away. Bottom line, Genesis will take away all the risk, all the mystery, all the confusion, and help you make a decision that you will be confident in for years to come. Genesis Diamonds is a true direct importer with rock bottom prices and a luxury experience with no compromises. Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolexes too. They're located in Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Hour number 1 of Ramon Will, getting the Friday Junior edition of the show started. Welcome back to baseball. With opening day only including 2 teams yesterday, which doesn't feel right. Also, the Reds should always start off the season. I'm not a Reds fan, but the Cincinnati Reds should start every season.
Why you say that? I'm lost on that.
Oldest team in baseball.
Is it really?
I think, yes, they're the oldest team. The Braves claim they're the longest running franchise in baseball, but the Reds are the original MLB team, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. They're supposed to always start at noon on opening day. Yeah. MLB decided to give center stage on Netflix to the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants. Guys, we got to pace ourselves on overreacting to Tony Vitello quotes. We're already doing this. KNBR, big station out there in San Francisco, tweeting this out. This was Tony Vitello yesterday after his Giants got rocked by the Yankees.
This is a half painful, half easy press conference to do because it was pretty straight up. Like I said, whichever phase you pick out, we just weren't as good as we're capable of being tonight, and they played well, so it worked out the way that it did.
Tony, in the first inning, you had Willie up with first and third with 1 out, and he strikes out. Jung-Hoo grounds out. Seemed like that was a chance to kind of get a little momentum going early on. Do you feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity to get some early momentum against Fried?
Yeah, I mean, you get the crowd all, hyped up. You score the first run, and, of course, the buzz didn't die down from the national anthem and all the things that went into the lead-up of the game. So it feeds into the crowd part a little bit more. But it's tough to have a time machine and go back and figure out how would the rest of the game have played out after that. So, again, I choose whatever words at times. I don't know if it made sense. We can dissect a play or two where we definitely want to play catch better and make some adjustments. Guys out of the bullpen attack immediately. We could nitpick, but this wasn't a March Madness game where we drew up the wrong play at the end or one guy missed a free throw at the end of the game or anything like that.
People are overreacting to that.
Exactly.
Like, why is he making a college comparison? You should go back to college, buddy.
Oh, my gosh.
We got to pace ourselves on Tony Vitello. This is how Tony is always going to do press conferences and always speak. Tony Vitello is authentic to who he is all the time. He's going to make other sports comparisons. He's going to make movie comparisons. He's going to talk about TV shows. He's going to mention musicians that he likes.
Oh, my gosh.
We've got to be ready for Tony Vitello to just have stream of consciousness press conferences because he's been doing it for 7 years at Tennessee, and he's not going to change now.
They're mad about March Madness?
If you go to the replies of that at KNBR's Twitter, it's like, oh, this guy's just got to go back to college. He doesn't know. My brothers and sisters in Christ, it's 1 of 162. It's really going to be okay.
That's what he was basically saying. Like, this isn't a win or go home type of situation.
Exactly.
And they should understand that, like, I'm not going to attack that side of America, but, like, for such a laid-back group of people that were told as, beach life and great sun and stuff like that, like, they should laugh at us. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, next one, we'll get them. Like, they're asking about, hitters at the plate being, having momentum and being at first and third with 1 out. Like, it's baseball. It's the New York Yankees. Like, the pitcher's not trying to give you the opportunity to get points. And that to me, or runs, that to me was just kind of dumb for them to want a better answer out of them. It's 1 of 162. Tony, I thought, was charismatic with the way they lost because I'm going to be honest with you. I watched a good bit of it.
Yeah, it was not a close game.
No, and sometimes you joke to deflect how you actually feel, and they need to understand that.
I am interested to see how he handles losing because the best teams lose 70 to 80 times in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, this ain't a 23 or 25 games.
You're not going 60 and 15.
Yeah.
It could be interesting. I don't know. That's the adjustment for all college coaches to make when they go pro. How do you handle losing night in and night out? I mean, I think the Dodgers a couple years ago won the dang World Series and got swept by the Pirates in the season that they won the World Series in one of those years.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Everything that they highlight him, and it's the early part of the season. They're just trying to get people familiar with Tony, I'm guessing as well. But even the write up on ESPN is just, hey, he's the first person to go directly from college head coach to big league manager. And of course, they're relating him to Buster Posey and how they're friends and stuff like that. Like, yes, this is what happens in business and sports. Like, people hire folks that they're familiar with, especially if they do a really good job and they commit to the game plan that they want to as well.
Yeah.
I'm not pro or against it. I just say you watch the game. There are worse managers in the MLB.
Our friend Big Orange Mac confirms, says, yes, the Reds are the oldest pro baseball franchise starting in 1869. There you go.
Look at Big Orange Mac. He's more than ratchet on Twitter. Okay, I get you.
Braves start tomorrow against the Royals. I will celebrate opening day tomorrow when my team begins play.
I think baseball should happen on Fridays, to be quite honest with you.
Who knows? Maybe another pitcher will get hurt today because most of our rotation's already hurt.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
Spencer Schwellenbach, Hurston Waldrop. Who else? Spencer Strider has an oblique. He's going to start on the IL. Bryce Elder is my number 3 starter. I hate it here. 615-737-1045 is our number. ESPN's Matt Miller compares Carnell Tate to the other Ohio State receivers as draft prospects since 2022. Carnell Tate, who made some headlines yesterday. We'll tell you why coming up next.
7:02, good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Mid-Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The 2026 NFL season will start on Wednesday, September 9th. It was announced yesterday. As the defending Super Bowl champion, Seattle Seahawks will host an opponent announced at a later date. It's the first time the NFL season will start on a Wednesday since 2012. Then the next day, Thursday, September 10th, the NFL's first ever game in Melbourne, Australia, as the 49ers take on the Rams. Tonight, the Sweet 16 officially begins in the men's NCAA tournament. Starting the night off, 11-seed Texas takes on 2-seed Purdue at 6:10 on CBS. Then 9-seed Iowa takes on the 4-seed Nebraska at 6:30 on TBS. And the nightcap, 4-seed Arkansas takes on the 1-seed Arizona at 8:45 on CBS. And then the 3-seed Illinois, Ramon, takes on 2-seed Houston at 9:05 on TBS. You can also hear the coverage courtesy of Westwood One starting right here on 104.5 The Zone at 6 o'clock right after 3HL. And the Nashville Predators, riding a 5-game win streak, look to make it 6 as they face off against the New Jersey Devils tonight here in Nashville, Bridgestone Arena, with a 7 o'clock puck drop. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Hour number 2 of the program on your Thursday morning edition of Ramon and Will. Glad you're with us as you wake up around Music City or around the world on 104.5 The Zone TV or the 104.5 The Zone app. Former Titan Ben Jones going to stop by in 15 minutes. Ramon has provided the caffeine to lure him into the studio before 8 a.m., as we have to do, and we're excited to talk some interior offensive line as we have been all week leading up to the NFL draft.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I was just thinking to myself, like, I know guard play. I know interior line inside and out, but, like, Ben's played the center position. I covet the center position just in general. Having played with a really good dude, Marquise Pouncey, I know what that position means to the quarterback, to the offense, and also to the head coach, which is why I've been on this train of, like, hey, I love Austin Slopeman, but if you can find a premium guy for Cam for years, I kind of want to talk with Ben about that process, because he and Tannehill were they were one and the same with one another, I felt like.
Sure. I love it.
Yeah.
We'll have decades of NFL experience at the interior offensive line in the studio at the same time. Looking forward to it. ESPN's Matt Miller yesterday ranked Ohio State receivers as draft prospects since 2022, and I was a little surprised at where Carnell Tate stacked up here, Ramon. He's got Carnell Tate as his number 9 overall prospect in this draft as wide receiver 2 with best team fits, including the New York Giants, Kansas City Chiefs, and Miami Dolphins. His ranking of Ohio State receivers since 2022 was as follows. Emeka Egbuka was 6th out of 6. Chris Olave 5th, Carnell Tate 4, Garrett Wilson 3, Jackson Smith and Jigba 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. 1. Purely ranking who these players were as draft prospects, not necessarily who they are as NFL wide receivers today. An NFC area scout was quoted as saying about Carnell Tate, "You watch his route running and his body control and tell me that's not Justin Jefferson at LSU." Interesting.
That's strong.
The same scout goes on to say he high points so well. The first time I saw him play, I thought he must be 6'4" with his length and vertical ability. Have we been too dismissive, Ramon, of Carnell Tate as a legitimate option with the 4th overall pick for the Tennessee Titans in the 2026 NFL draft?
I think so. I'll be honest. I know I have, because I didn't think much of his play as far as like his ability to be that dynamic. I think what's happened is also he's got smothered by Jeremiah Smith. He's got absolutely smothered by Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State. That's played a part in it. You almost feel like he's eating off of Jeremiah's plate and not really looked at his talent. He could just be one of those guys in a Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown type of situation where the backup or the second tier guy or the second guy ends up being a better player when he's given more on his plate. That's the issue. We don't know that. I feel like every analyst has labeled him as a very strong number 2. I just don't know if we see I know the scouts say you look at his, length and vertical ability. You just don't see, in my opinion, the overall speed and breakaway that you get on plays that they dial up for Jeremiah Smith. He's been wide receiver 2 for them. Watching a player ascend to wide receiver 1 can be challenging. It's the same conversation we've had about Wan'Dale Robinson. We know Malik Neighbors to be the guy in New York. And then Wan'Dale gets his chance. I do wonder, can Carnell Tate handle the pressure and the amount of plays coming to his plate if he does come to Nashville and he's got to be wide receiver 1. We hadn't seen him at Ohio State be wide receiver 1. Had Marvin Harrison Jr. at first. Then you got Jeremiah Smith, and you still got Carnell. The talent's there. It's just hard to label him as a premium number 1. Did he run his 40 as well?
He did not.
And see,
he ran 4.53 at the combine, and then yesterday decided not to run the, quote, overvalued 40 at the Ohio State Pro Day. And he said that. He said during his Pro Day, it can be a bit overvalued. His exact quote, "I think I'm a great football player. My speed, the combine is one time, but ultimately I'm a great football player. When you put the pads on, it's another level." Yeah. To be fair, he does not look slow on tape.
No.
Does not look slow at all by any stretch of the imagination when he plays football. What you don't see from Carnell Tate is the home run hitting ability to, with the ball in his hand, make a bunch of guys miss and have big explosives. He is a deep threat over the top of the defense.
Yeah.
You don't see him turn a 10 to 15-yard route and turn it into a 30, 35-yard gain very often.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Let's bring up a topic then. Let's say if he didn't go Ohio State and he went to the UT, would he have been the premier wide receiver that you needed him to be to see those talents?
Yeah, there are other questions, though, that pop up if he's in a different system. Like, how much is he knocked for being a hypo receiver if he's at Tennessee?
That's true.
How much is he displayed to be able to show other skills and talents if he is the go-to guy? What does the route tree look like at Tennessee versus at Ohio State? Is he just running deep choice? Is it just comebacks and goes?
Yeah.
Because then he's probably docked for that, too. So to answer your question, I really don't know. Because, if he's at Tennessee, I've got other things that have got to be answered as well.
Because those were the last 2 options that he was picking from. Only reason I bring that up is watching Brazel. Now, he's labeled as a second rounder, third rounder type of guy. Mm-hmm. The only reason, and to jump on top of that, too, is he's not playing behind Jeremiah Smith. It's just that Jeremiah Smith gets those, premier routes. He gets those down the field. You see him break away from defenses when he catches the ball and run.
Right.
And I don't know, either because of game plan or the way Ohio State looked at him and viewed him, would he have gotten a different shot or different reputation had he gone to LSU or Alabama or anywhere else? So not just Tennessee. I just know Tennessee was his last 2 picks. It was between Ohio State and Tennessee.
And there are a lot of people that thought he was going to transfer to Tennessee before last season.
Rumors were.
Mm-hmm.
That deal, I'll just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of conversations around and just rumors and things about Carnell Tate maybe reconsidering Tennessee last year. Tennessee ended up being fine at the wide receiver
position. Then Ohio State jumped in late and upped the bread.
Carnell Tate has already met with the Cleveland Browns at their facility and said he has upcoming meetings with a bunch of teams in the top 10, including the Titans. So Carnell Tate will meet with the Titans, according to Carnell Tate. He will also meet with the Saints, Commanders, Giants, and Chiefs. He also said yesterday, "I'm a football player. I got the best route running ability out there in the draft, probably in the country, even in the league. So I just did what I do best while out there, run routes and catch the football."
This is true.
He is a really good route runner, to be fair.
And add to the fact, too, he's a reception guy. He caught 51 last year, and his yards is 875.
And no drops.
Yeah. He's correct in that. It's just, I think when you pick in, if you're in the Titans position, top 4, top 5, that guy needs to look like A.J. Brown. Not A.J. Brown. Well, yeah, him too. But he needs to be Jackson Smith and Jigba-like coming out of college if that's what you're doing.
Right.
Jamar Chase.
I think Carnell Tate is a good receiver. He's not going to step into your room right away and be a number 1 receiver in a good receiver room, in my opinion.
Right.
I think he can become that. I still think that the receiver with the highest ceiling, when healthy, is Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State in this class. Wow. He's just not ever really healthy. Some of that is freak stuff like ACL and collarbone.
Right.
You don't want to knock a guy too much for that. But, Ramon, you know as well as anybody, spending 11 years in the league, there are some guys that just can't stay out of the training room.
This is true.
And sometimes Traylon Burks had a lot of freak injuries that you wouldn't say were his fault. But at the end of the day, over the 4 years, he was just always in the training room.
No doubt.
And some guys are just kind of snake bitten in that way.
I feel like Carnell Tate would benefit from a Mike Evans, Emeka Ibuka situation to grow.
Yeah.
See, because Emeka is looking like it's going to happen for him, especially since Mike Evans is gone now.
And I'll take it one step further. I think he benefits, too, from just being in a room with an established A1 receiver or just an established quarterback. Like, if he goes to Kansas City and if he's there at 9, Patrick Mahomes is going to turn him into a 1,000-yard receiver as a rookie.
He did it with Juju. Well, he didn't do it with Juju. He made Juju have a second career.
Guys. I know. Right.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah.
You'd love for Cam Ward to eventually be that kind of quarterback. To say, I'll go bring in someone who's a wide receiver, too, most places. Here, my quarterback's going to turn him into a 1 with that level of production. I don't think Cam's there yet.
No. We have a comment from Mike, of course, and said, not sounding like a top 10. Is our conversation projecting him not top 10 with how we're really splitting hairs here?
I would say he has top 10 potential just based off of the other players there to be picked. Like, again, this is not a draft for high-level, 5-star, superstar talent.
Right.
There are a lot of really good football players, and Carnell Tate is one of them. But there's not that. There's not a Jeremiah Smith.
Jamar.
But I also think you could make that argument about other positions. Like, even Arvell Reese. We're going to go through the red flags of all the options the Titans have at 4. Like, the 2 guys who have that can't-miss potential are at non-premium positions.
Yeah.
Sonny Styles and Jeremiah Love. Heck, we've got people yesterday even saying now that Caleb Downs might not be the first safety off the board.
I saw that. He had 2 other guys in front of him. Season of lies.
Here we are. We've reached the overthinking part of the of the NFL draft process. But like, to that point though, like, it's not just Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
It's either, if you want the top 10 talent, big potential superstar, you've got to sacrifice positional value. Yeah. If you want positional value, you're probably just going to take a really good football player who in most drafts wouldn't be a top 10 talent.
I'll tell you who we're not though.
We're not what?
We're as far as hot take guys, we're not Dan Orlovsky.
Dan Orlovsky's saying that he thinks Ty Simpson as QB1 is certainly a take.
Todd McShay as well.
Certainly a take.
It's
what's Todd saying?
Todd's pretty much backing it up as well.
Okay.
And you know who they're all represented by?
CAA?
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up, former Titans center Ben Jones joins us. We're talking draftable centers and interior offensive line after this. Ramon Will rolls on here at hour 2 on 104.5 The Zone, and we have 22 years of NFL offensive line experience in the studio. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling, please be joined by former Titans center Ben Jones in studio. What's up? Welcome.
Good to see y'all.
Man,
You got 11 too?
I had 11 in.
That's the magic number.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how many guys retire after 11?
Because you're sitting there, you got 10, you're like, I think I got another one. Then you hit 11, you're like, ooh, that was enough.
That's what it was. Well, I think over 10 get you that next level of retirement benefits too. If I'm not mistaken.
No doubt.
Love that.
You got your severance check and everything
Got all
else
that.
now.
Your line of duty from all
You
those
get that?
surgeries. You know, you
Yeah,
just
I got mine
love
too.
catching them checks every month.
I mean,
I told you I'm gonna quit again. If I get one more check,
know.
I'm gonna retire
Well,
again, Ben.
the way things have been the past few years, we've got Titans fans that call in all the time and ask if either of you would come back to play for the Titans offensive line.
No, none of that.
Where's
y'all
your
have the same
mind
answer.
at? I'll tell you, when I got the call and we talked it through on retirement, I felt like the weight of the world had left. I remember hanging up and I felt like I could breathe. What was yours like?
Mine was that next year I had shoulder, elbow, all these surgeries, and I was like, all right, do I want to keep training? So I trained for a year.
You did.
I trained, and I was going to sign with the Jets. Like, everything was lining up with the whole Rodgers going to the Jets, and I was like, hey, I don't want to sign early. I want to get to camp, see how the body feels. And all that, I was like, I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this. And he gets hurt that first round. I'm like, hallelujah. I didn't do it. If I'd have been stuck in New York.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So you would have had Robert Saleh.
Yeah, I would have. So I talked to him on the phone through the whole process. He was great about it because I was like, hey, I don't want to promise you something if I don't get my strength back. Everything doesn't come back from all these surgeries. He's like, I respect that. And I was like, I'm going to just keep you aware in the process, how it's going. They called me. Miami called me through the year, Philly. And at that point, I'm like, this is not right. I'm taking away from my family time.
Yep.
And it's not worth the risk at that point.
Sure.
Okay, understood. Wow. That's kind of what the family component also played in mine. My oldest was hitting middle school. My youngest needed to be established in school as well. And at that point, like you said, I was solo training too.
Yes.
And that in
the garage.
Oh my gosh, hitting the field by yourself.
Trying to run. I'm running over to high school.
Dude,
I'm like, man, this sucks.
The stuff that I said to my trainer to make it through, I was getting my brother Ron to come with me. My brother-in-law my wife was working out with me. Like, I needed motivation from everybody in them last 2 years, man. Because again, everybody at that point, if you survived to go that long, you finally, the dude that you was working out with in year 5, he been done.
No doubt.
And the mental part of it, I think, is the worst, I guess, grind that nobody talks about.
No doubt.
It's fair. Ben, what is the type the Titans are looking for at center for a Brian Daboll offense? And how is maybe the type and the just skill set going to change now with how Daboll's going to want to run things versus the old system the Titans had?
Yeah, so he is your same system as you look at your Josh McDaniels, your Bill O'Brien that I had. It's that whole Patriot scheme. It's all 64, 65, 66, six-man protection. You're sliding. Your quarterback runs your protections. It's a lot of code words for your O-line to cut down verbiage for the quarterback. It is no gray area for the quarterback, which I love. It's good for a young quarterback. He can see it. He knows where he's hot from compared to being in the jet world, in the Callahan, the Shanahan. It's a lot of gray area and protections. It's really good in the run, wide zone, but it's very gray for the quarterback. And is it these guys? Are they double bumping? So the quarterback's it's a lot for the quarterback.
They keep, the way I see it, and you just explained it, like the O-line is either going to slide left, it's going to slide right, they're going to be together. Nobody's really breaking it. Remember, I was telling you, Will, it's just like, nobody's really in a one-on-one. It's run action. Like you mentioned the Patriots line. I used to hate them.
Yep.
They never did one-on-ones. Yep. They were slide left, slide right, double team here. You never perfect the art of one-on-one blocking. And to your point, though, Ben, there's no guessing on where your pressures and stuff coming from.
So that being said, what do you think about Austin Schlottman coming in as a starting center? The money he's got is around middle of the center market in average value in the NFL, which would suggest that there's maybe at least an expectation he's going to start the year at center. What kind of stands out about his skill set and how valuable could that experience in the system be to Cam?
Yeah, you got a young quarterback learning a whole new system, you had to bring a guy who knows the system. Like, we were sitting there talking, like, McGovern had been in it, but he didn't really hit free agency. That was the one I'm like, man, I would love to have him. But he's the next best guy who's been in the system. He can calm the quarterback down. He hasn't played a lot of games, but he knows the terminology. He can come out. He knows he can set the whole run game for him. He can take away a part of the offense from Cam and let Cam focus on, the protections and all the route tree and all that for him. So it's going to really slow down for him. You draft a young center. He can play guard, or he can just strictly back him up. Learn this for him. Then you can have your center for the next however many years after it. So I think he is a great add just for that fact. Help bring on the whole offense and learn this system.
What can you say draft a young center? Ben, I respect that position more than I ever thought I would, because at one point in time, I'm trying to survive the league. I'm trying to snap because, the more you can do, the longer you stay around. How does a young center crack the lineup? What was your process into figuring out how to play ball? I know the toughness side of it, but there's more than just snapping. You got to snap block. You got to know protections. You got to know sometimes checks and stuff like that. How does a young guy take that step into getting to that point?
So I got drafted into Houston. Had only played center in college. I got there. We had Chris Myers, who'd been in multiple Pro Bowls. I'm like, why am I here? So I started my first 3 years at guard beside him, and just learning how he prepared for a game, learning how he went. Everything was so detailed in his note. He was in year like 9 or 10. He took every note, no matter what it was. Like, he's never heard it before. I was like, man, why is this guy doing it this way? So we'd break that huddle, and he could tell you exactly the call, what the defense was going to be before you turn around. I was like, that's what I need to do. Like, I'd done it in college, but people don't understand the value of a center who can make everybody around him better. Take that off their plate. So here you go. Here's a normal play call for a run game. 19 force, 18 weak. You hear that? I'm like, okay, that's simple. But as a center's brain, you're sitting there, I'm walking to the line. Hey, if it's 19 force and weak rotation, I got to respot this whole thing. That puts the fullback from the safety down to the mic, changes your whole blocking scheme. So I'm looking at safeties. Oh, you're playing the Steelers. Troy's running around everywhere. I'm like, oh, where's he going to be? Then I'm like, oh, I need to look at this other safety. He might be high here, so that means he's going to be down. You're seeing all this before you even put your hand on the ball. Yeah. Then if it's rolling strong, like, oh, we're going to run 18 week now. So now I got to sit my whole brain waiting for the quarterback to check the play to get us back in the blocking scheme. And it's not like, as soon as they say check, guys, it's kill, and it's ball snap. So you got to set that whole scheme immediately.
Wow.
So it's hard for a young guy. So I was very blessed to wait my turn at center, play 2 or 3 years, and get those reps in practice. Veteran centers, don't practice every day. Nope. So I'd get in there, show them I can make these calls, and by year 3, they're like, hey, Ben's the guy. Let's go. Chris is ready to retire. Wow. Let's go ahead and transition over.
And that's where Jackson Slater comes into play.
Yes.
The Sacramento State developmental guard. And we've been having this conversation. I like the idea of getting a premium guard in the draft. I think you should. It's a very coveted position. But if you have Jackson Slater, who's technically in your position, if he can win the right guard position, is that how you view this one as well? Could work out?
Absolutely. You bring in guys who can compete, and the draft is supposed to be for building depth. You're not unless you're a first-round pick, you're not really want them to start.
Right.
Usually in skill positions and some rushers, yes, you can put them in packages, but you're not trying to draft a center guard in the first 2 rounds and be like, hey, you're my guy. Unless you're a generational talent. You got your Pounces. You got some of these guys who are like,
Creed.
These are special dudes, and they're going to be your guy for the next 10 years. And unless that, you got a young quarterback, guys. You don't want a guy coming in making all these calls. You want a veteran who can be your leader and bring a young guy along who can be your quarterback for the next 8 to 10 years.
It feels like they're looking maybe a little bit for kind of the same transition that Nate Davis made at guard as well. And I think it wasn't that week 4 game in Jacksonville, the primetime game, I think was his first start.
He started playing in the Atlanta game, was his first game he played in. Then his first start might have been Denver when it was not good.
I think you're right.
But he transitioned in Atlanta because he'd been hurt. He'd come off concussion protocol. And I was like, hey, this guy, I haven't really taken any snaps with this guy. So it was a learning curve. And we went to Denver and got thrashed. And we kind of figured it out. I'm like, hey, Nate, we got to work a little better together.
That happens, though, too. It's just like, hey, I need to feel how you move, how quick you are, how slow you are. There's a lot that plays into it because that chemistry does matter. Like we talk about that all the time. It's like, okay, get your 5.
Yes.
I want to ask before we go to the prospects.
Yeah, sure.
My mindset is this: you need 3 on an offensive line of the 5. If you get a 4th or a 5th one, then you're cooking with gas. You're in Dallas, Philly's mindset. Is that how you look at that too? Like Peter, JC, you need to see grow.
Yep.
And Dan needs to be because of the money suggested.
No doubt.
And then everybody else be above the line.
Yep.
Is that how you're building your OL? Because it's not going to be perfect. It's hard to find 5 studs.
Right. Like when we were going through it, we always had you transition to 3 guys being paid. You can only pay really 3.
That's it.
So you had Lawan that was paid. I was in the middle road paid. And then we rotated.
Saffold.
We brought in Saffold. Was that next one? We rolled in Dennis, who we trusted. Then you got a young guy at Nate. Yep. So if you can bring a young guy along, put him between 2 veterans, and like Dennis was solid as you can get out, and you didn't have to pay him an arm and a leg.
Yep.
That's the thing. You got to find solid talent and not have to pay the premium.
It's the chemistry and understanding. And
No
I
doubt.
would say the same as we were that y'all were too. That comes with friendship and an attitude and just being entitled to being good too plays
No
a
doubt.
part in it.
100%. You got to have a tight group. You hang out together. You're one. You don't want to let the other guy down. Like I knew Nate exactly what he needed in the game. All Nate had to remember was a snap count. Other than that, I told him exactly how to block on every play. I'm like, hey, length here. Hey, 2 hands to the shoulder. I would tell him exactly what I wanted, so he didn't have to wonder what I was thinking about. I'd come out and be like, hey, you're sliding this way. Hey, Nate, we're single to Mike. Hey, length with 2 hands. He'd be like, perfect. 2 hands.
Good to
and he
go.
took it
Wow.
out. He's really good at it. As long as you tell him what to do, phenomenal player.
So what I'm hearing is that Austin Schlottman is the starting center for the Tennessee Titans.
Money suggests.
For sure.
Unless you come in and one of these guys just absolutely – the mental side of it is a lot for center in this offense. So unless somebody can come in and really has been in this system in college or kind of has familiar with it, it's a lot for a center to start out with a young quarterback.
Sure.
If you come in and you had your Tannehills, your Big Ben who knew everything, they can literally set the scheme for you. They can do all your protections. They can come out and say, hey, Mike's right. Ben, y'all need to work to him. Like they know it that much, some of these quarterbacks, and you can't put that on Cam at this point in his career.
Ben knows you well enough, too, to then trash talk you about NCAA tournament basketball 10 years later, but that's a separate conversation. So we wanted to go through some of these prospects, and now I feel like I'd had all these centers to talk about, and maybe we should have had more right guards to talk about because it sounds
He
like
loves one,
I mean, Keelan Rutledge is someone we have talked a lot about, and you would have seen him in Clean Old Fashioned Hate, and just knowing obviously the prospects that are coming up.
Yeah.
Day 2 option, you think, for the Titans, Keelan Rutledge?
I love him. So that's like my role in the offseason is to evaluate O-linemen for different coaches, and I do pre-draft stuff for CAA, and teams call me. I'm like, yeah, I have my CAA guys I work with, but they're like, I'm like, hey, guys, you need to look at this guy. And they're like, who? I'm like, I don't have him at all. I've evaluated his tape. I know his backstory, where he came from. He went to Middle Tennessee State right down the road. Right. Mm-hmm. He is one of those guys you want in the room. He is. He's all ball. He's a brawler. I'm like, I don't know if he's one of these big guards, but he's one of those guys that I'm like, hey, you draft him, he can play guard right away. Can he transition to center? Because he's only 6'3", 315. Is he smart enough you can transition him later if he's in the system? That's what I'm trying to look for the Titans. I need a guy who can come in and compete at guard right away, be your backup center, and take over in the long run. What one of those centers has the best body type for that? And it's a lot of them out there. They're all very similar. They're all bigger guys. They're 6'3", 6'4", over 300 pounds. Him, the Kansas State guy, moves really well in space. You can pull him. You can get in space. Just what you want out of your center. You want a bigger guy who's better in pass protection, or you want a guy who can move, get out on screens like y'all had Pouncey. Pouncey was an absolute nightmare on screens. He's getting out in space. So it's just depending on what you want. Like you want a big, solid guy who doesn't move well, who can play guard for you, or you want one of these smaller centers that you can reach, you can get out on screen. It's a preference on it.
If I wanted the best run blocker available, because I'm picking Jeremiah Love at 4, who are you led to there at center specifically?
Run block, I like the Kansas State guy, honestly.
Sam Hanks.
He gets to the second level well. He's not floating. He knows how to get to space. You can pull him. You can run your transportation where you can toss the ball to Love. I really like him at that position. If I have to say, like, hey, I'm taking a guy, I'm taking Rutledge. And being like, hey, we're going to see if he can play center, but we got a guy who knows the system. We'll play him at guard and transition to center later.
It is a fascinating
I like
approach. Like the mindset of the more you can do matters to young guys, no matter where you're drafted
100%.
at as
'Cause
well.
You're only dressing 7 guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like it's fascinating. Where are you at on to your point, letting a guy grow? Auburn's Connor Lew. I'm not sure you've checked.
I know him because
You know him, okay.
I knew him interviewing coming out because I was the one who reached out to him and was like, "Hey, you're going through this ACL. My advice is come back. You're 20 years old.
Yeah. Oh.
He's 20 years old. He's been in a spread offense.
Yo.
Hasn't made a lot of calls. That's why I'm like, I would love to see you come back and not have to go through the rehab process.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting all these reps. So if I have him, I think he's going to go to a team that doesn't need him right away.
Mm-hmm.
And you know he's going to develop. He's young, and you can play him down the road. I think he is a great talent. But he's really young. He's coming off a knee, so it's a lot of question marks for him.
And that's going to be the biggest adjustment is at his size, what is he listed as? 6'4", 310-ish in that area. Mm-hmm. Can he handle, to your point, the knee and the difference of speed? We had an earlier conversation on Monday about what's the biggest adjustment young guys have coming from college to playing the interior?
Yes.
Speed.
Yes.
Strength. The first wave is the second wave is exactly like the first wave. To me, I came from tackle to guard, Ben. Nightmare. Casey Hampton them absolutely obliterated me in practice. And then on top of that, like even when I starting, Sean Ellis, that used to play for the Jets.
Yep.
Like he saw a play the week before that I gave up a sack on, immediately he went to it.
No doubt.
What was your biggest adjustment from college to playing on the interior from your own personal experience?
Yeah, everybody's good, and it's a nightmare on third down. Like, no matter what you do, run game is effort and is a mentality.
Yeah.
But when you line up and you got back-to-back weeks, I went to starting at guard, and it was Justin Smith. Mm-hmm. Then it went to Sue. It went to Loading Nada. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, and they're looking at you. They're like, you're the rookie. They're coming to you.
We got one. Candy bar.
He's the duck this week. Because you look at the other side, you got Dwayne Brown, Wade Smith, Chris Meyer, who are all in the Pro Bowl. I'm like, they're like, oh, we're going to formation and he's going to go to that side. No, he's not. On third down, they're like, there he is. He's in a center stance at right guard. We're going to him. He's got no tape on. We got this guy. We're going to see if he can block. And you gotta earn your stripes. And finally, I'm like, thank goodness. Go over there. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It feels like that, and that is where the Titans are at on the offensive line and kind of at corner and the similarities between those two, like trying to raise the floor at this point. Like that unit, corner and offensive line, you are only as good as your weakest link.
100%. That's all it is. You got to have 5 guys that are working together, and you don't want to have one guy that you, like if you're sitting there in 64 protection, you know the left side's probably one-on-one. 6-step drops, you got to hold up. Yes, I'm loving that. Peter's one-on-one. Perfect.
Yeah.
But if it's 65 protection, who's that right guard? And they know it because the formation was 3-by-1 to the field, and they know he's one-on-one. You got to have a guy who can hold up in that situation.
Former Titan center Ben Jones in studio with us. Going to talk through some more prospects as Ramon goes, through a lot of flashbacks. I know you will. So we'll wrap up hour 2 coming up next. Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up hour 2 with former Titans center Ben Jones in studio with us, Ramon Foster and Will Bowling, talking some interior O-line. Ben, some other centers from the SEC I wanted to ask about. Between Jagger Burton
Kentucky
and Jake Slaughter at Florida, what kind of stands out about either of those two guys to you?
I like the Kentucky kid. He moves. He's very similar to the Kansas State kid by how he moves. You can pull him. He's a little bigger body than the Kansas State guy, which I like.
Yeah.
He doesn't transition from like a combination block into the second level as fast as the Kansas State kid. So I like the body's type. Like he's solid when he gets an inside move. He can uses his hands well and shuts down a rush. So I like the little anchors that's better there. I think that's the one that I'm like, hey, I'm fine with taking third through fifth round if he's there.
Yeah.
And you can let him grow, let him learn the offense. I think the Florida kid's going to go too early for my taking as a center. He's a bigger kid that doesn't get up in space as good as the Kentucky and the Kansas State boy. But he is a bigger guy, which I like.
Yeah.
He plays with length. He's better in the pass protection. It's a preference. Like, what do you want at center? How do you value the position? Can you get the same value later in the draft? And I think this is one of those classes where it's 5 centers out there that you're like, I can take him from the I'm fine with any of them if I can get him in the 4th and 5th round.
Sure.
I don't need to – we need depth. We need more skill. We got a lot of positions that we can fill with the 1 through 3 rounds for me.
Okay.
From a Titans of Titans question, where are you on, and I'm huge on this, so forgive me. Where are you on J.C. Latham at tackle? Is he settled to you, or would you explore guard? And what have you seen from him, I guess, on a 30,000-foot view of it?
Yeah, he's just – when I've talked about it, he's been inconsistent. Like, you drafted him this high. You want him to be a certain way in the locker room. He didn't have that vet. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
that's very true.
Sure.
Like, give him a guy. Like, when I walked in that locker room, I had Chris Myers, Dwayne Brown as your 2 guys on the edge that held you accountable. Like, hey, this is how we act. This is how we talk to the media. He didn't have that role guy in the locker room for him. Zeitler's very quiet. He's not a guy who's going to go over there and like, hey, what you doing over here today, JC? What you listening to? What you talking about? Why ain't you studying? All that. So he didn't have that role guy at left tackle to come over there. Hey, let's take some snaps today. Let's work on this. Let's bring you along. So I give him the benefit of the doubt of that. But now it's time. We got to see it. Like, you got to come out. You got to be dominant for us. You got to put your hands on guys, and we know it because he is a big human.
Absolutely.
He lost the weight last year and got into the thing. Now it's time. You're in your new size. You're in your new body type. Let's play. Let's not be injured. Let's get healthy. Let's treat your body right. And you got to show it to me this year. You got to show it.
Third year.
You got to show it to me.
I think by year 3, I've always had that number. By year 3.
Because tackle is not easy in this league.
And they're faster.
So he's transitioned. Didn't he flip-flop tackles?
Yeah, he did. Went from left to right.
So I want to see him back-to-back years in the same position, moving, communicating, and next year if we're coming here in the same thing, like, hey, then it might be time to slide.
I give him that great stand of moving from left to right. The false starts is usually anxiety because of lack of speed.
Yep. You're thinking too much. You're not prepared. You don't have your buddy next to you. Like, I got to know your weakness. Like, hey, if you're struggling with snap count, Zeitler should have a code word for you. Hey, mom, dad, something.
Yeah.
Every time to take something off your plate. So you're looking out there and you can just hear it in my ear. Hey, it's on 1. It's on yellow. It's on blue. Have a buddy system. Like, this thing is lonely out there if you're on the island. It's lonely.
And I'll never underestimate that position. I'll never undermine the tackle position.
Guards, any other guys that you particularly like for this system for the Titans? I know that's a very broad question. You probably got a bunch of them that come to mind. But Rutledge at Georgia Tech being one of your guys you feel like would work here. Anybody else come to mind?
In the draft?
Yeah.
That's hard. Like, I'm looking at, like, free agent, you still have Bentonio. Like, hey, he's a guy you can get for cheap. If you want to draft a young guy, he can come in and be the locker room guy. Like, I'm always – an O-line – you got to be so tight. You got to have a veteran in that room, no matter if he's the guy for you or what. I love a veteran leader. So he's one of those guys I'm like, hey, if he's still hanging around, why not?
Why not? Okay.
Why not bring him in and bring a young kid around, bring your center up,
Sure,
and be in the system? But I'm trying to think of a guard that
Is that to you then the biggest issue that they've had on that group as of late? The OG, I guess communication of how to be a pro. Because to your point, I had Max Starks, I had Justin Hartwig, who was former Titan. I had Willie Colon.
Yep.
They took me under and showed me, to your point, hey, they had us frying chicken and picking up food late at night.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the amount of
that's
donut
like
runs
baptism. Oh my gosh, Popeyes before the plane, PF chain, like
the stress
the
before the plane.
I almost missed it my rookie year, and I was broke as hell. So, but either way, is that what's been missing to you? You know,
sitting back talking to some of the O-line coaches who were there, they were like, this is different. Like, it's not like the camaraderie you have in there, the joking, the guys. You'd walk in there, like I'd come in and sit in a meeting, and I'm like, no jokes? No, you're quiet in here. Y'all are just like sitting there on your little phone talking and ready to be a little church mice and meeting. I'm like, dude, I'm in there, like the amount of jokes, the amount of things that we would prank, like it was something every bathroom break, like, hey, we're going to set this dude's computer up. We're going to Google something and play it loud and make his phone go off, change his ringtone. Yeah. That's what it's all about. You got to have fun. If you're not having fun in the O-line room, something is wrong. You got to have that. Like, LaJuan was a character. Like, you never knew what he was going to say in the meeting or do. And I'd be like, I'd just look at it. He'd sit beside me. I'm like, that's enough. We got to focus now. But we needed him every once in a while. Those meetings are getting long, Camp. I just tap him on the leg, and he'd be like, let's roll. And we're going to get on the topic and talk for 30 minutes. Like, you got to. It's not always ball.
It's not.
So you got to have a guy that brings those guys together who they can look to in hard times, who's a voice. Peter's a great guy. He's done a big voice. Lloyd's the same way when he was in there. Chill. You got to have a voice. You need a voice in that room.
I tell you, every team needs a bit of ratchetness.
No doubt.
And it's usually it's offensive line, too. It feels like it sets the tone. Yeah.
We had them all. We had from Quentin Spain. You name it. We had it in there.
Coach Tom used to call us the laughers. Like, he used to make us separate in the offseason. Like, y'all can't do this. Y'all got to move away from each other because, we were the crap starters. Like, you have to have those guys. And to your point, identifying which one of those dudes needs to be. It could be Rutledge because he seems like playing with Haynes King that he's got to be a character, man.
You love Haynes King.
I love Haynes King. I know that's your rival, but I love that.
So
guy.
you think still finding a veteran right guard makes sense for this team right now?
That can compete and bring a young kid along. Because you got a center who's really not played a lot of games.
Right.
So he's going to be so focused on the offense and stuff like that. He's not going to bring other people along as much because he's like, hey, this is my shot. Like, this is my first. I need a guy he's done it, he knows it, that's a little younger, that still has 1 or 2 years that can bring guys along. I would love that role. Even it could be a swing tackle. Like, give me somebody in that room that has some stuff that's a locker room guy who's going to, hey, we're going to O-line dinner. We're going to have fun tonight.
And bring your card.
No doubt.
Yeah. That's it. Like,
card roulette.
You need those jerks in a good way.
Yeah.
Put some stress on those guys.
Speaking of jerks, and I say this as a term of endearment, you shocked by Jeff's transition?
What do you mean?
Simmons. Like, seeing being broke down right there. Did you, we knew he had it. Last year was a different level. Did you knew this was in him?
Jeff is an absolute animal.
Okay.
Like, being in practice with him, you never knew what you're going to get from him.
Really?
You could fight every day if you wanted to. Like, we'd come out and be like, it's the day, Jeff? We're going to do this today?
Yeah.
In the locker room, I'm like, Jeff, you want to fight in the locker room right now? But we had that mutual respect. He'd come on me, I'm like, Jeff, I'm going to slide protection. I can triple team you if I want to. So don't even line up on me and play. Get out of here. He'd be like, no, you got to do that. I'm like, we'll see.
Just like
I would chop him, I would pull him. Just to be, he'd be like, I'm going to leave Ben alone today.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder. He's got to be that bell cow over there for him. He's one of those guys, you get it in practice, you get it in the game. He is an absolute.
You know what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that every team would come up to me after the game. Like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, every center, every guard, I'm like, dude, this dude don't shut up. I'm like, he's on my team, boys. I can put up with him in practice. Y'all have to deal with him on Sundays.
Yeah, I had my Pittsburgh guys do the same thing. My first year here in 2020 was like, dude, 98. That's all they want. But that's the unevenness that I think Cam is bringing to the offense. that there needs to be a couple of goons offensively, and I mean that.
Yeah, no
Sparring
doubt.
partner.
You gotta have. I think JC's been learning. I know we up against it. JC's learning it, but he don't see Jeff directly. There needs to be at least two more goons on that offensive side to kind of even this up a little bit, because the way Salah is going to attack them, somebody's got to be a goon besides
100%.
Cam.
100%.
I love it. Former Titan center Ben Jones with us. Good to see you. Appreciate you.
Good to see y'all.
We could just
22 years of NFL O-line experience. Wow, that's crazy.
I'm trying to stop him from going to be a great dad.
Coming up.
Kid's birthday today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, shout him out, man.
Happy birthday, boy. If it was my daughter, her birthday's tomorrow. So
wow.
All-season babies, you know how to do it. They were playing, boom, boom. I wouldn't have missed a game for it. I wouldn't have given up football game. My wife said, this is ridiculous. You got to have it in these months. I'm like, absolutely. I got to train. I got to get ready. I can't miss OTA. Can't miss camp.
Man, those
Running
ball.
a tight program, man.
No doubt.
I love it. Ben Jones with us. Well, good to see you. Appreciate you.
Good to see y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Hour 3, Ramon Will next.
8:05, good morning, live from the Circus Sports, the Mid-Kentucky Down studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. The 2026 NFL season will officially start Wednesday, September 9th. It was announced yesterday. The defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks will host an opponent announced at a later date. Then the very next day, the NFL's first ever game in Melbourne, Australia, as the 49ers will take on NFC West rival the Rams Thursday, September the 10th. Tonight, the Sweet 16 tips off in the men's NCAA tournament on CBS. 11-seed Texas will take on 2-seeded Purdue at 6:10, followed by 4-seed Arkansas versus 1-seeded Arizona at 8:45. On TBS, 9-seed Iowa takes on 4-seed Nebraska at 6:30, followed by 3-seed Illinois versus 2-seed Houston at 9:05. Westwood One has you covered right here on 104.5 The Zone, starting at 6 o'clock right after 3HL. And tonight, the Nashville Predators riding a 5-game win streak, looking to make it 6. Face off against the New Jersey Devils tonight here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena with a 7 o'clock puck drop. For all your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Away we go into hour number 3 of your Thursday morning on Ramon and Will. Friday Junior on the program, 615-737-1045, the number. Great stuff with former Titans center Ben Jones in studio with us this morning. Enjoyed that,
man. Him mentioning Chris Meyer, that group right there. Goodness gracious, man. I used to admire those dudes. He ended up blocking for my running back and in college, Arian Foster as well.
That's right.
Chris was always a dope dude. He was right about Chris, though, too, man. Super intact. Like Chris was a speed type of center as well. Very fit. You see him with the ball head out there in the field doing his like workouts. Eric Winston was a part of that group. I remember when E. Winston came up to me before in the game, former LSU Tiger as well. Mm-hmm. And face recognition, I didn't recognize him at first, but like the camaraderie around the league of who knows who and the respect that guys have for each other, man, is so freaking dope. Like I never played with Ben a day in my life, and Will was in here in our break conversations that we're having, and
I feel like y'all had a similar experience.
It's symbiotic, man.
Yeah,
like, right. And it was dope, man. So if Ben is listening, man, appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely,
that was a good time.
I have good news for you and for Ben.
Talk to me.
The best basketball game for an offensive lineman to watch is tonight at 9:05 p.m. on TBS. Illinois-Houston. This is the equivalent of, and Ron Slay's at the FNN Bank chat, so maybe he can confirm nor deny this because he's forgotten more about basketball than I've ever learned. But Illinois-Houston feels like if offensive linemen just played a basketball game against each other.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm here for it. You tell me to be there, I'm locking in on this one then, Will.
2 of the best rebounding teams in the country at 9:05, the game I'm most excited for tonight as the Sweet 16 gets started. Illinois has 6 players who have shot, or who have made, not shot, who have made 35 or more threes on the season. Houston and, of course, Kelvin Sampson, one of the best rebounding teams and defensive teams every single year. That's 9:05. That's the nightcap tonight. So bags under my eyes tomorrow morning. That's okay.
Friday, though.
Texas, Purdue at 6:10. Iowa, Nebraska 6:30. Arizona, Arkansas at 8:45 tonight.
Mm-hmm. Good. We're back, Savage. Just let us be, man. You can enjoy all this bracket talk and college basketball. I think also he mentioned he's like Savage. He's still like top 2 when it comes down to bracketology picks and stuff like that.
He's got like 98%.
Is he really?
He knows ball.
He's 98%?
Yep.
Love
That's
that.
crushing it.
I'm not
man.
surprised. Take the surprise at your boys.
I think Jay Billis is 99%.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
Goodness.
Good for him.
I guess these dudes know
You're
ball.
right. He's right in front of Peter Schrager, who's in 3rd, who picked Arkansas to win the national championship. So tough. Jay Billis is first at 99.5% of all the ESPN people, and Ron Slay right there at 98th percentile.
Let's go.
I, for one, am not shocked whatsoever.
Let me ask you this. You speak about this 9:05 tip-off between Illinois and Houston.
Yeah.
Refs going to let it play out the way you think it is, though, too?
Great question.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope so. Probably not. Hope so.
I wonder how the Sweet 16 is going to be officiated. Will it be the same as it was the first 2 rounds?
Man, and I saw, again, a tweet last night when I saw the list of refs that are in the pool to do Sweet 16 games.
Don't say PA.
Why is Pat Adams calling Sweet 16 games?
guess because he's a rule follower.
Ugh, gosh.
TV breaks. I mean, money for advertisements is going to be paid out because he's going to extend the games long. Is that why?
It just disappoints me to know it. I was doing this ranking the other day.
Yeah.
Top 5 sports with worst officials.
Yeah.
College basketball is far and away my number one. But then you get the tournament and it's not as bad. Like you actually watch the games because basketball is played. They let them play, and then here comes Joe Lindsey's short.
Don't do it.
Some bad words.
Don't do it.
Here comes Joe Lindsey to waddle over to the scores table. I got double technicals. If Joe Lindsey had half as much knowledge as he has hair gel, then we'd be in much better shape.
No doubt. Which one is worse for you, stoppage of play or just reviews?
Well, the same thing. Stoppage of play for reviews.
But the reviews, though.
Nonstop. It's constant.
Yeah, I get you, man. But they're going to have to have a football whistle tonight, clearly, in this Illinois-Houston matchup.
Yeah, there's 40, I do. 40 Sweet 16 and Elite 8 official options. Pat Adams is like highlighted on this. Does that mean like he's like a head official?
He might be.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Doug Schals is in here too. Joe Lindsey. Joe Lindsey's just as bad as Pat. I got so many ref thoughts
That's what I was thinking.
in this sport. Thank God Don Daly's not on here though. Tennessee did win on Sunday with Don Daly, but anyway, let me get off ref talk. I know that there's maybe 5 of you that are agreeing with me, but the rest. Yeah, no, I'm not into it.
The fact that we know their names this well.
If I know your name as a ref, you're not good. You're not very good.
I had no idea that what Pat Adams was, but I see it now. I see it in the UT games. Like, he's going to go to the monitor.
Like, everybody used to talk about TV Teddy, Teddy Valentine. Teddy Valentine's not a bad ref.
I like Teddy.
You're just going to know he's there.
Yeah.
He's just going to showboat. Like, he's going to take 5 shuffles towards the half-court line when he gives you a charge call. But, like, I feel like TV Teddy's not that bad. Pat Adams is bad and he's annoying. Ever since this is where, again, my UT hate and raising comes in. In Atlanta, Georgia Dome, Tennessee playing an undefeated Florida team, has them on the ropes in the 2014 SEC tournament. Georgia Dome, last ever Georgia Dome SEC tournament. Yeah. Jerron Mayman picks up his 4th foul. He looks at Pat Adams funny. Pat Adams tees him up, gives him his 5th. Got his 4th and 5th fouls at the same time with 8 minutes left in that game. Tennessee was on their way to maybe being Florida's first loss that season when they were undefeated. Didn't happen.
Yeah, that's emotional.
Not why they lost. I remember being like, are you kidding me?
We got Vandy Chris said he'd take Adams and Lindsey far faster than Doug Schals.
Doug Schals not great either. Schals isn't as bad as Pat Adams, though.
He's not.
Joe Lindsey's just as bad, though, to be fair.
But
so who's good? Everybody's bad.
Honestly, truly, out of this list, like, I like Jeff Anderson. Jeff Anderson's fun.
Okay.
He's the guy that always does the high knees as he's running after the tip-off. You see that? There's an account that's high knees, Jeff Anderson high knees. We got to stop talking ref radio. I know that so many people are
but it's
please
important,
move on.
Because in this March Madness matchup tonight, the original question was, will they let them play?
I do think the tournament is officiated so much more differently than SEC play. Like, I feel like a lot of the guys that do SEC play, they don't allow the same physicality and stuff underneath the O-line drills that happen underneath when you're going for a rebound. Like, if you get the right officials in Illinois, Houston, it's gonna be really fun to watch. If you get some of the SEC guys, respectfully, there's not even SEC refs anymore. If you get some of the guys that do SEC play, like if you get Pat Adams, Joe Lindsey, it's gonna be about a 2-hour and 45-minute basketball game. Like, truly 2 hours and 45 minutes.
But your point, though, like the players are adjusting to it as well. Like, in the regular season, these like hacks going to the bucket are fouls, and they stay on the ground. Now guys are having to get up and get back and transition way more, and it keeps, in my opinion, the flow of the game a little bit better. I do think the players had adjusted. It's just that don't take it back, especially when we're talking about how physical it's been as of late.
Yeah, right.
In this matchup, man.
I think it's tricky too. You get these guys that come from different areas of the country and they want to make a name for themselves just in spots like this, and like, no, I'm gonna do it my way.
Well,
I'm gonna show you up. I'm not showing up the crowd or the players. I'm showing up the other refs I'm working with.
Now imagine the NFL with replacement referees.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like there is already a lot of pressure in it as well. Like living through that and rethinking the scenarios that happen throughout the duration of the season. Like I couldn't imagine these guys on the court where the cameras are closer to them, you can see them trying to get their names out there.
Yeah.
Please,
yeah.
no
So
Pat.
I don't know. I mean, they have difficult jobs. I know that it's a hard world to be a ref in and social media, and we
doubt.
all have replays and we can pick you apart. It's just the attitude of some of the bigger name guys who feel like they have to live up to their reputation the way like Cowboy Joe West and Angel Hernandez would in baseball.
Oh, Angel Hernandez.
You become a character, and all of a sudden it's like, oh,
Didn't they get Angel Hernandez out of there too?
yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
I wish that him and Joe were still in when because of automatic balls and strikes now, but either way. Slay in the chat says Savage just had to circle back to the NFL. He says, give him 21 games.
What do you want me to do? Yes.
I love it.
Listen, the biggest story is the NFL refereeing strike. Yes, we have to go back to it because we hurt too.
Real quick, before we get to more NFL draft stuff, I wanted to play this audio from Brad Underwood, Illinois head coach. I loved this so much yesterday. So we've talked about how the Sweet 16 tonight is in Houston.
Yeah.
Illinois is playing Houston in Houston. And Iowa, Nebraska are there. Going to be an electric atmosphere because Nebraska fans, they're going to wear their football gear, football jerseys, because that's all they know. And they're going to show up in droves. Iowa fans, of course. I mean, this is like Tennessee, Kentucky playing in Indianapolis.
No doubt.
Like, this is, you're meeting your biggest rival on the biggest stage that you've not been on ever if you're Nebraska. And then you still have Illinois, Houston that have got to play. Brad Underwood was asked about playing Houston in Houston. And I loved this answer from him yesterday.
You know, I've been asked that before, and I'll be honest, I could care less. And I'm gonna sound really kind of selfish here. I'm an old JUCO ball coach. I drove on 16 passenger vans. I drove from Dodge City, Kansas to Mesa, Arizona for a basketball game, for a tournament in a bus. You had told me back then that I'm getting to coach basketball in the Sweet 16 and play Houston. I would sign up for it. I would crawl to get there. If we want to beat them, no matter where we play them, we'd have to play great. Guess what? We're going to have to do that tomorrow. And I think they're going to have to play well if they want a chance to beat us. And so we've won on the road. We've been pretty successful doing that in the Big Ten. So I don't pay too much attention to it. I'm just grateful for the opportunity. And you know, playing Houston's a challenge enough. It doesn't matter where.
Love that from Brad Underwood, Illinois head coach yesterday.
That's how you take it on the chin. It don't matter. He's already created a mindset in his players' locker room that this don't matter to us. It's 94 feet that we got to cover. So what? It's in Houston. Nobody cares about where you're playing it at. I love that too. That just shows you the grind of where he is, and he wasn't just given a position like Auburn did there.
You can also tell in sports who really just loves their job.
Facts.
And who loves the stuff that comes with the job, maybe, or loves the current position they're in. Because to your point, you're right. Not everyone had the same grind to get to the position that they're in. You can tell Brad Underwood just loves coaching. And I think that's the separator right now in NIL when everyone has money and a lot of things are equal around the sport at the top.
Yeah.
How do you find those extra 5% in the margins? How do you find the extra 5% in the margins? And motivating your players by saying the right things like that.
Yep.
Salute to Brad Underwood.
Salute to him. That was a perfect approach to that answer. And also gave respect, but also backed his guys up as well. It's like, no, they're going to have to play us too. That was good stuff, man.
I like it. Coming up, the biggest red flags for the Titans options with the 4th overall pick. Who has the biggest red flags? Who has the most? Who has the least out of the Titans' top options with the 1st round pick? We'll dive into that next. Are you tired of getting hammered by high-interest debt, mortgage over 6%, credit cards and car loans at 10, 20%? What's up? It's Will Boulding. Loan Pronto is here with the answer you've been waiting on, the all-in home refi. One fast, easy solution to lock in the lowest rate in 3 years and wipe out all those nasty loans. One homeowner got their APR down to 4.99%. Paid off over $80,000 in high-interest loans and saved over $2,000 a month. And listen, while some lenders charge up to $10,000 in fees to do this, Loan Pronto's cost is just $995. $995, and you can wipe out your high-interest loans all at once. It's the all-in refi from Loan Pronto. Super fast, super cheap. No hard credit pull up front, often no appraisal, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Loan Pronto, A+ BBB rated with nearly 3,000 5-star Google reviews. Call now and ask about the all-new, all-in refi. 615-499-5780 at loanpronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone, getting back into draft discussion in just a moment here in hour number 3. Ramon Foster and Will Bowling. David Cobb going to stop by in an hour, talk some hoops. Misty is in Bonagua and wants to talk about a ref story, though, as we've been talking about college basketball officiating this morning. What's up, Misty?
What up, Misty?
What's up, guys?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I do the books. This is my 18th year of doing the books for our school. And we hosted Regions a couple of weeks ago. And we had this ref 3 nights in a row, and he was absolutely horrible. He blew the whistle, come to the table, and made up his own rule.
What?
Oh.
What?
I looked at him, he said, this is what it is. And I was like, is that even in the rule book? I've never... Out of my 18 years of my kids playing and going to college to play, I've never heard the rule before in my whole life. And as he's walking off, he said, that's my rule, and then we're ending with that.
No.
What was it specifically? Like, what rule was he making up?
What it was they pulled a girl out, brought her and let her get her water. She went back to the table. They did a play. 2 seconds later, there was a whistle. There was a foul. She would come back in the game, and the ref come up and said, no, she's not allowed in the game. It's not a dead ball.
It was a foul.
She can't come back in yet. I said, it's a foul. He said, no time was taken off the clock.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Interesting.
Was it late in the night?
No.
Oh, wow.
It was the first game.
Oh, yeah, that's...
And it was a championship game.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And then what really got it is he let the other team do it. Not even 5 minutes afterwards.
Goodness.
Yeah, so
we recorded it all, sent it to TSSAA and everything.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's tough.
Thank you for the call, Misty.
Appreciate that.
It. Good to hear from you.
What's crazy is there's such a shortage, though, too, that he might still be in a position where he gets big-time games as well as far as referees go, though.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know. That's that sounds interesting.
That's fishy is what that is.
Yeah, sure. Right. Want to talk some draft?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Biggest red flags of the Titans' options with the 4th overall pick. The way I'll frame this, Ramon, is that this is just the reality of draft season. We're really good at picking apart really good football players.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also fair to say that the player with the most or biggest red flags is still sometimes the guy that you pick.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like the fit works, you feel like you have good conversations. Like, draft season is tough for us because we're taking the test without all of the study materials.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I will never have like a disaster or coronation for any pick that's ever made in the NFL draft because we don't have all the facts. We're not in the meetings. We don't know the medical stuff. We can talk to people who know it and make our best guesses, but when should we ever act like things are gospel if we don't have all the information? So red flags are just that. They're red flags. Doesn't mean that these are fatal things because I just know someone's going to pop in and be like, oh, well, y'all are just haters. No, it's just that everyone has something negative to knock about their game. Peyton Manning had things that were negative. Andrew Luck was seen as can't miss. Caleb Williams was seen as can't miss. He's been far from perfect. Like, everyone has negatives on their resumes. I want to start with Arvell Reese. When you see Arvell Reese, and I've got Trevor Sikkema's breakdown at Pro Football Focus that I'm going to read here in a minute. What is the red flag on Arvell Reese? Feels like the least likely guy out of maybe the edge rushers, out of the 3 of them to make it to 4, as the one that's seen as the highest end talent, Ramon. What's the red flag for you on Arvell Reese?
Well, the red flag for me is his, lack of edge rushing to his game. He's been primarily a off-ball rusher that can get into the backfield. I said this from the get-go. I think he's weapon X. If you're talking about putting him on the field and letting him explore his talents, I don't think his rush game, I don't think he has one. I think he's a high athlete that has the ability to get off the quarterback with an insane motor, crazy athleticism, and an upside. Remember, we were talking about this when we were breaking down him and Sonny Styles and also David Bailey as well. I think Ohio State looked at their field of talent on defense and said, pick one. that's the one we're going to use to rush off the edge. And it was Arvell Reese, probably because he's a little bit more refined than Sonny Styles is at this current point in time. But to draft him as a day one starter at the edge position, I think you're doing him a disservice and your team as well.
From Pro Football Focus, the breakdown is pass rush technique / moves are big works in progress. Doesn't have a lot of reps as a true coverage linebacker or a true edge rusher. Will sometimes totally turn his back to the quarterback to drop in zone rather than shuffle and read. Must improve how quickly he sheds blockers. All fair to you?
All fair to me.
I don't want to use his versatility against him. I feel like a lot of people will use that as the negative to say, like, oh, he can do so many things. So what's he great at? Well, I think that's a positive that he can do so many things. Absolutely. Because if you feel like in any given matchup, he doesn't match up well against one tackle, or you feel like with a certain scheme, you need him more in coverage, or you want to disguise and make the offense think he's doing one thing, then he does the other. Like, I think that's a positive you can use, that if plan A doesn't work, we've got a pretty good plan B for Arvell Reese. That being said, it is the lack of refinement and the lack of just reps. Like, you are still projecting a good amount with Arvell Reese.
Right. The big topic of conversation yesterday was his bend. Did you see the bag drills from Arvell Reese at Ohio State?
Yeah, what was this all about? So, Underdog put this out. Ruben Bain Jr. versus Arvell Reese, putting, quote, elite bend into perspective. What am I watching here?
You're watching guys do bag drills. I'm going to have, if we can get them tomorrow, my good friend Rob Ayers, who studies this stuff, is a defensive savant, former first rounder for the Broncos and Vols player. And his breakdown on him was this. You can tell he was working off-ball linebacker in those drills. It seemed like either he was not trying to slip, which is fine, just getting around the corner and doing what he was supposed to do. And to be quite honest with you, he's a top 5 pick already. What more does he need to do to sell out to teams that just want to see him run? So there's a caveat to a lot of these scenarios on pro days like this. He's got good bang. You can see him on his real game tape. My good friend said this about those two guys. Like, looking at somebody do bag drills is flagrant almost in a sense, because you can see guys that are good at bag drills that can't get off a block at all in games. You can see guys that aren't that good at them that are menaces in the games as well. This is an overhyped, I think, capture of him doing one drill in front of a lot of people that are simply trying to knock him as much as they possibly can. He said, now, when you mix good bag drills with athleticism and drive and talent, then you might get a Von Miller. I'm gonna try to see if we can get him in tomorrow. Said, if you look at it as well, Michael Parsons isn't a phenomenal rusher. He's Super Saiyan when it comes time for him getting the job done, though, too. He's not elite when it comes down to his moves off the edge. You just have a hard time putting yourself in front of Michael Parsons. Bag drills aside, that means nothing. I've seen guys built like Tarzan, Will. Absolutely cheeks on the field. Terrible players on the field. Don't let what you saw yesterday in his bag drills detract you from thinking that he's not a good player or thinking that he's a good player. Sure. Absolutely no.
We know what the red flag is on Ruben Bain Jr. It's arm length. I don't think we need to spend much more time on that, do we?
No.
It's been well documented.
Just one, yeah.
And you've explained it, too. For those who haven't heard your take and analysis on the importance of arm length, how much to you, as an offensive lineman in this league, does arm length make someone easier or harder to block?
If they don't know how to use their angles and slip off of blocks, it can be very problematic. They got to take you head to head, and they have no power. I think the positive for Ruben Bain Jr. and his lack of arm length is his strength. His lower body is elite when it comes to being explosive. A lot of people are breaking down his inability to hit the pad first this past Monday, whenever he was doing bag drills. One, the pad that he was hitting is a heavy bag. It comes with the lean as well. More times than not, you're going to hit contact with your head first before you do anything else. It's face on, arms at the same time or soon after. That's just kind of how it goes. I don't want to call them dumb, okay? But there's a lot of dumb people trying to tell pros how to play the game by simply looking at 1 or 2 reps. I told you when we were looking at Ruben Bain, it seems to me he's adjusted to where his lack of arm length is playing out in games.
There are a lot of Twitter film analysts.
I don't want to call
recently.
them dumb, but
There are a lot of dumb opinions, you can say.
dumb opinions.
Not dumb people.
Yeah, not dumb people.
There are no dumb people, just dumb opinions on the internet. And then some dumb people.
Yeah.
We call those Alabama fans. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's comedic relief.
I'm kidding.
Comedic relief.
I'm kidding. All right, let's go to David Bailey.
Yeah.
Red flags for David Bailey or what, Ramon?
Red flags for him, he can't play the run. It's not a strong suit of his. If you want a 3-down edge rusher, it's not in his wheelhouse right now. That's the beauty of the draft. Ben Jones was just in here a second ago. It's about 3 years. Hey, what David Bailey's going to be in 3 years? Hopefully a better run defender, and better at getting off blocks as well. That's his biggest deficiency to me.
PFF breakdown on David Bailey. Struggles to disengage from blocks when defending the run. Relies on his athleticism too much, opting to try to jump around blocks to make plays rather than stacking and shedding. Mm-hmm. What does stacking and shedding mean?
Stacking and shedding mean being able to, as we're talking about Ruben Bain, getting your hands on him, locking in square to square, and shedding your blocks off of him. Basically, grab you and throw you.
You see a lot of that from Ruben Bain on tape.
That's all he does.
He will, as soon as he does get his hands on you, if he can get both hands on you, you're in for a fight.
It's like a
hand-to-hand combat.
It's like a Mike Tyson jab.
It's the Godzilla versus King Kong movie of them fighting hand-to-hand combat with their hands on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's hand technique and footwork both require refinement for him to be optimized as an NFL edge defender, it says. He routinely mistimed his hand technique, but was still able to win because he was simply too explosive for the tackle to block on that particular play. Yeah. Jeremiah Love. Do you have red flags on Jeremiah Love other than just the fact that he's a running back you'd take in the top 10?
That's it. I'm not sure how much of his success is predicated on the offensive line because Notre Dame always has an elite one. That's it. That's my only pushback.
Courtney on Twitter, by the way, tweets and says, respectfully, there are dumb people. No, that's okay. If you listen to this show, if you can hear the sound of our voice right now, you're not dumb. You made one smart decision today, at least. Trevor Sikkema's 2 weaknesses on Jeremiah Love. Number 1 says work between the tackles isn't as impactful. Number 2 has moments in pass protection where he gets reckless, dipping his head and lunging with his shoulder. Again, the sign that Rhett Bryan, hello.
Hurdling people. Got to stop hurdling.
Okay, I like it.
Stay on the ground, 2 feet on the ground.
2 feet on the ground.
Yeah, or at least 1 foot on the ground.
I like that.
Hurdling
That's
people.
a great one. Thank you, Rhett.
Yeah, I don't have much on him. And then Trevor mentions in between the tackles. That's also what his offensive line is doing for him as well, too.
On Sonny Styles, Trevor Sikkema says, can overcommit and run himself out of gaps. Not a ton of true mug drop / deep zone drops in coverage. More of a quarterback / backfield spy coverage player.
Yeah.
Linear explosiveness is more fluid and impressive than lateral movements as a zone defender. Very few turnovers forced over the past 2 years.
Very few. That's a skill. That's how you teach it. We see certain teams also taking periods of their defense to work on the peanut punch or pulling the ball out. Like Ohio State defense, that's their crutch right there. The defense is too damn good.
Yeah, right.
They got first rounders at every level, so they don't have to worry about that type of stuff because they got erasers everywhere.
And then Carnell Tate, who we're going to talk more about in the 4th hour. Carnell Tate, according to PFF, needs play speed and twitchiness to increase as he continues to grow into his frame, would benefit from added weight and strength, 4.5 yards after catch per reception, tied for 261st in college football last year. That was 25th percentile. The full breakdown says Tate offers one of the highest floors among true juniors, thanks to strong hands and a consistently reliable track record as a blocker. His understanding of route running and releases is already NFL caliber. And if he continues to add functional strength, he has the potential to become an impact receiver at the next level. Fair?
Fair. I think it's fair. His understanding of how to locate the ball and get open is always going to be, I think, culprit number 1. It comes down to what makes you an NFL wide receiver. His understanding of how to break down, get out of routes, and he also catches with his hands. I mean, yeah, you cook with that all day long. It's just top 10 picks, what are you going to be asking him to do and what role that you have? I think he'll benefit the same thing as Ben Jones was saying with us earlier, having an OG in a room with him that carries him to being number one. Because I don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr. did at Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had a premier guy with him. He just had to become the dude, though. And if you're picking Carnell at 4, you're asking the same thing, which I will say this. He's got Calvin here, and he's got Wan'Dale Robinson that can help him grow. So there's that.
Coming up, a breaking story in college athletics this morning. A team has hired a new coach before they have officially fired their current coach in the SEC. I'll tell you who that is coming up next.
It's Ramon Foster for Medical House Calls. Good people, that is the website, medicalhousecalls.com, where they're available to you 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same-day appointments are available to you or next day guaranteed if you can't get in on the schedule at that point in time. But here's what they're doing. They want to bring back the concierge to medicine, where you can get a doctor's appointment at your time that fits your schedule. Not, hey, I got to take off work or the kid's going to have anybody pick them up at school. Medical House Calls, they erase all of those issues right there for you. If you want them at your house at 7 a.m. on a Thursday morning, they will be there for you before you have to go to work or after work at 3 to 4 o'clock because, hey, I'll be home at that time or the kids will be home from school as well. I'm telling you, this is the best thing that you can do for yourself. For a flat fee, you can get an evaluation, full exam, treatment plan, and here's the cool part, prescriptions if you need them. This isn't a fly-by-night type of business, not even a little bit. These are certified doctors and nurses that are there to care for you and help you get back to your best self, from IV therapy to medical weight loss to just simple doctor visits. Again, medicalhousecalls.com, or you can call or text them at 615-838-2375.
Ramon Will, 104.5 The Zone, wrapping up hour number 3 as we have breaking news in college athletics, Ramon. LSU is expected to hire NC State basketball coach Will Wade. The problem is Matt McMahon is still the LSU head coach.
Wow.
Hasn't even been fired yet. And Will Wade is the new head coach. Pete Nakos of On3 has this and says, as of publishing time on Thursday, LSU has yet to formally notify Matt McMahon of his future with the Tigers. The expectation is that the Tigers will part ways with McMahon. That is downright disrespectful, the way that you are treating a coach on the way out. If you're going to fire him, just fire him. I get you want Will Wade back. Will Wade's a good basketball coach. He's already won there, but LSU, we got to be better than this.
They're operating. I saw somebody joking yesterday. I think the rumor started circulating yesterday. They're paying Ron Kelly $50+ million to go. Lane Kiffin is the highest paid college coach, if I'm not mistaken, right now currently. They got to fire this basketball coach. They got Kim Mulkey, who's getting a decent salary, I would guess, as well.
Jay Johnson, one of the highest paid baseball coaches in the country.
Yes.
And that roster, one of the highest paid baseball rosters in the country.
And the football program, the highest paid roster in football as well. And then on top of that, you're going to bring back Will Wade, who also at this current time has been back-to-back SoCon Coach of the Year, so you know his price is going to be high.
He was at NC State this year.
I know, but Southland Coach of the Year. Well, yeah.
At McNeese, yeah.
At McNeese, yeah. So, my bad. Yeah, you're right. 2-time Southland Coach of the Year. So he's coming back with more credentials, right, and more accolades on his roster, under his belt, on top of his new salary. Like, I know, we're stretched thin in the economy, but not in Louisiana. Nowhere in Louisiana. Of this era that we're living in Louisiana sports, Louisiana State sports, I expect the national championship from LSU, baseball to get back, Kim Mulkey.
Baseball's won 2 out of the last 3.
National
titles.
Coach Johnson's done his thing, so credit to him. Kim Mulkey's got to go get it. Basketball also has to be back. Will Wade is not a name guy.
No, you're coming in with Final Four aspirations when he walks in the door.
So that means they're going to have to pay for a $20+ million roster, allegedly, as well. Or Probably. That's the going rate.
He had them at the top of the SEC when he got fired.
They
for being on an FBI wiretap and cheating.
I'm looking at what he said on this FBI wiretap.
They made him a strong A offer. LSU,
he
clearly.
Said he's bleeping tired of dealing with this thing.
Yep. Now you have GMs that can deal with this thing.
LSU getting to it is my point.
This is ridiculous.
I don't even know if it's ridiculous no more. This ain't reality.
It's ridiculous the way they're treating Matt McMahon on the way out. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. You'd have me a hater for life if you did that to me. You're going to hire my replacement before I'm even fired? What do you mean? This is my office. What are you talking about?
So you the biggest hater.
Yeah, and maybe, to be fair to LSU, this maybe got out. Clearly this got out before they wanted it to, but they were having meetings with Will Wade. If there's any coach that's going to accept a job that somebody else currently has, it's going to be Will Wade. That's how this guy rolls.
It personally just goes back to the same old saying that we have in sports: just win, baby.
So North Carolina and NC State will both have new coaches next year.
And maybe that's why they jumped ahead of it. I'm not sure if North Carolina was going to go bring in Will Wade, but clearly you don't jump the line this fast unless Will Wade probably had other interests too.
Some smoke about Billy Donovan out there for North Carolina.
Is real now?
Depends on who you read. It feels like it's one of those he may have interest kind of reports is out there. You've got Mark Byington, who played at UNC Wilmington. TJ Otzelberger yesterday, him and his AD both releasing statements confident about staying. There was an answer from Tommy Lloyd, the Arizona coach, that was one of those non-answer answers. I already feel like I have one of the best jobs in the country, or the best job in the country. That's not a no.
No.
I feel like Tommy Lloyd might be the top name currently in college basketball who's most realistic for North Carolina.
Okay.
I feel like Dusty May, Nate Oates, TJ Otzelberger.
What's the benefit?
Mark Few. Why would you leave? Mark Few may be the only one, but he's been at Gonzaga for so long. I think it's probably could end up being Billy Donovan or Tommy Lloyd. And then I think after that, I think you start getting into Mark Byington territory.
What benefit does he have to leave other than a higher salary? Tommy Lloyd from Arizona,
It's North Carolina. I mean, that is as blue blood gets.
It is.
Arizona has all the resources. Arizona is I would consider on the fringe of being a blue blood itself. And we'll talk with Slade more about this tomorrow, of course. But that Jumpman logo means something a little bit different when you've got Jumpman who played in the jersey. Which it feels a little bit like stolen valor when other teams that like want to beat North Carolina will have Jumpman. Like you're going to capitalize off a brand of a guy that that played for North Carolina who you're trying to beat and compete with. Like if I'm North Carolina, that's the ultimate recruiting pitch. Like now all these other teams want to sell you on Jumpman and Jordan brand. We are the Jordan brand.
We are.
That's us.
He's here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That would be, this is the Roy Williams pick again, right? If they go get Tommy Lloyd from Arizona.
Yeah, right. Right.
This is how they operate. He's young enough. He's 51.
Mm-hmm. Long-time Mark Few assistant at Gonzaga.
Yeah. Wow. He's done well at Arizona, too.
The reason why it's such a big story is because of the ripple effects that it will have to the job market and to just the entire sport of college basketball. So, interesting. 615-737-1045. How you jump in. We'll reset the headlines for you when we come back. Carnell Tate making headlines at Ohio State Pro Day. Jay Billis on how Tennessee makes the Final Four. Talk about both those things next. What's up? It's Will Bowling. Is your home's air conditioning ready to keep up with the warmer months ahead? Well, I'm here to tell you Lee Company has you covered. Lee Company's team of professional technicians will give your home's AC tune-up as well as seasonal cleaning and maintenance to help you stay ahead of the heat and humidity. You'll get that tune-up, you'll get the seasonal cleaning, you get the maintenance, and you get the very best service from Lee Company as well. You get a company that's been in business here in Middle Tennessee for more than 80 years. Since 1944, Lee Company has been serving Middle Tennesseans. They're available 24/7 with over 1,800 team members and 14 community locations in Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama. These are the pros you want on your team. Don't let your AC fail this spring and summer. Head to LeeCompany.com to schedule your appointment today. That's LeeCompany.com. Lee Company, all you need.
9:03, good morning, live from the Circus Sports at the Main Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Justin Hawkins. Sweet 16 tips off in college hoops tonight on CBS. 11-seed Texas will take on 2-seed Purdue at 6:10, followed by 4-seed Arkansas taking on 1-seed Arizona at 8:45. On TBS, 9-seed Iowa takes on 4-seed Nebraska at 6:30, followed by 3-seed Illinois versus 2-seed Houston at 9:05. Westwood One has you covered right here on 104.5 The Zone, starting at 6 o'clock, right after 3HL. The Nashville Predators tonight, riding a 5-game win streak, look to make it 6 as they face off against the New Jersey Devils tonight here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. 7 o'clock is the puck drop at Bridgestone. In college basketball news this morning, NC State head basketball coach Will Wade's expected to leave to be LSU's next head coach per Pete Nakos of On3 Sports. LSU has yet to fire, though, or part ways with current head coach Matt McMahon. Wade coached the Tigers from 2017 to 2022, where he went 105-51, won the SEC regular season title, and made the Sweet 16 in 2019. He was fired with cause in 2022. Since then, he's coached McNeese to 2 Southland Conference titles and was a lone season head coach at NC State last year. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you got to go to USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Fourth and final hour of the show, getting started on Friday, Junior. Thursday morning in Middle Tennessee and around the world in the Evident Bank chat, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Everybody else hanging out up in your neck of the woods today, Ramon, up at ML Rose.
I was just thinking about that. I think Jayhawk was looking for Big Boss Burton. I just thought, they up in humble Gallatin right now.
That's right.
ML Rose, man. Hey, don't be messing up my spot I like to go to. Gang, treat it with respect, okay? I know y'all live in big Nashville and, bougie Brentwood, man. Be nice to my folks up there in Simple Sumner, okay?
I went to the Melrose, ML Rose, the namesake for ML Rose, because Melrose, over the weekend to watch games, and I was literally humming, I love this bar, as I was walking into it, because I love that place so much.
No doubt.
My kind of place. Anyway.
It's in a nice spot, too. We got that about 6 months ago, I think, is when they first opened up, man.
Walking through the front door.
Great spot.
Puts a big smile on my face.
A little hot about man, they going to get us house kittens out the house at some point in time.
At some point.
Somebody going
Yeah, at some point.
Somebody going to invite us out, Will.
Sure. Carnell Tate did not run the 40 at his pro day yesterday. Do you care?
Nope.
Okay. Moving on. Ways that Tennessee can make them. I'm just kidding. We'll move on to that in a second. Carnell Tate says, I'm a football player. I got the best route running ability out there in the draft, probably in the country, even in the league. So I just did what I do best while out there, run routes and catch the football. 51 grabs for 875, 9 touchdowns last year for the all Big Ten receiver who at his pro day chose not to run the 40. Ran a 4.53 at the combine in Indy.
What are you asking them for? I'm with them. The speed does matter. I think if you run it once, doing it at your pro day is good. If he runs a 4.54, he's slower than what they want him to be. For wide receivers that don't have elite speed, and by elite, I mean 4.3 speed, what does it matter? We've seen guys with 4.3, low 4.3s, 4.2s, low 4.4s, and they don't equate to that speed on the field at all times. I'm with Carnell in his assessment of himself. It's man, I'm a football player. I think when you drop that line right there, you tell people, look at my tape, and as long as you're backing it up, you're good to go. Now, the way he's going to be viewed, maybe that helps him just slightly by having a 4.4, but in legitimate, as a professional, it ain't many times he's going to be running a 4.4 on the field.
Yeah, so I don't really care about it, but it is kind of lining up with what his representation did with Adam Schefter at the Combine. Remember that whole thing? He ran a 4.53, and Schefter put out the report saying, multiple scouts told me that they had him in the 4.4s.
Yeah.
Felt like maybe there was a timing thing. If you really feel like there's a timing thing and that you really actually did run in the 4.4s, then you run again in your pro day to prove yourself right.
Did you see there's a clip going on right now. I think it's either circulating around pro days that are happening or at the combine where guys have their times and the person asking them, can you time a 4.3 based off the film? And all of the scouts, I think, were faster on their clocks than the actual laser time was. Now, which one do you trust? You trust your own hand and eyes, or do you trust the laser?
The laser.
Well, the laser also, as soon as you pick your hand up, like the clock starts, I think just sooner. So
that
it
is
might
the
mean
thing.
Slower time.
Let me be a snob.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Many of you would say I always am and never take time off from this.
We all got our flaws. You said never take time off.
Well, I'm, again, not me speaking, just, some listeners.
I'm here for it.
Tweeters. The ability to start whenever you want to. Like, that is the difference, too, when we talk about track speed versus 40-yard dash speed and, like, how these guys would stack up. Like, track, you're waiting for the gun.
That's true.
You've got to have reaction time.
That's true.
Like, that's a different skill set than just pick up your hand and, like, when I decide to go, I'm going to go. Like, no one's, like, ready, set. Like, when you want to start, you start.
Yeah.
That allows you to be quicker than, like, some of, like, the track things.
That's got to be sound and go.
Not, I guess, totally relevant.
I get what you're saying.
Again, I'm being a snob.
But I personally do look at the laser sometimes and kind of say, what's is it first step or is it hand up? And one's supposed to match the other too. The way you go into that training of the 40 is like that hand comes up, you replace the hand with your foot.
Right.
So I side with him. The tape is what matters in the end. Now, if he looks slow or he can't get off the line of scrimmage in the NFL, there's different questions to be had at that point in time too.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it matters when tape and real football confirms a slow time.
Yeah, that's true.
4.53, first of all, is not slow.
No.
It's just not blazing fast.
You know what the average speed for an adult male is?
Oh, 6?
5.4.
That actually surprises me. I would have said more like 5.8, 9, or like just 6 seconds.
I looked it up like not too long ago because we were talking about Big Boy from Miami that ran that 5.3 at 6'9", 350 or whatever it was. Like, no, big dude moving.
Google AI confirms what you're saying. Says for an untrained average American male, a 40-yard dash time is typically between 5.5 and 7 seconds.
Oh, I was off.
Moderately fit men generally run it closer to 5.5. Those who are not active or overweight may take significantly longer.
Yeah.
For context, recreational college athletes average around 5.0.
Yeah.
When I was running at UT, I was probably high 4s.
High 4s, and that's not slow.
Now I would probably be low 6s. I don't know. I have no idea what I would run a 40. Everyone, Brent Doherty always says, like, oh, you're a track runner. You're fast. No, I'm not. That was 10 years ago, first of all. I do one of the only sports where if you don't continue doing it all the time, you will not be even average human level at it. And I am a below average cardio adult at this point because I've not run competitively in 10 years. I'm serious. My mile time now is probably double. Well, no, that's not true. I'll give myself a little more credit.
You got one good race.
Like I ran when junior high school, I ran a 4:30 mile. Like I'm not touching that anymore. And that I wasn't a miler either. I was a 5K, 10K.
Okay,
but still. Ugh.
What's your 5K now? About
now?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you got one.
I have no clue.
You and the boys on your bachelor party gonna run a 5K. You're not going to do that, by the way. But
absolutely not. I mean, I'm coming in through like what I did in third grade when I ran 26 minutes. Like I literally I don't do anything anymore.
Okay.
Like I'm not touching 20 minutes. I was under 16 in high school.
Okay.
But I'm not like. I hate it. I was burnt out at the end. I had a very hate relationship with the sport that I did in college.
That's how I am now with lifting. I told you I did squats the other day. It pained me to put the bar on my back again. Like I was only doing like 205, 225. Like people look at me and was like, "You play football?"
No, I
don't do weights like that.
Burnout is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Like I had so many injuries and I was so like physically and emotionally and mentally burned out of the sport. I'm good.
And which leads back to our point. A 4.53 is still moving.
Still moving. Jay Billis writes at ESPN.com, Tennessee makes the Final Four if the Vols make good decisions with the ball. Not groundbreaking stuff. Says Tennessee should have a better record. As good as this team has been, it was in position to win more games with better late-game decision-making. The end of the game against Virginia was evidence. Tennessee won, but the Vols made it interesting with some late decisions and miscommunications. Still, the Vols are the top offensive rebounding team in the country, hauling in close to 45% of their misses. They turn it over at a 17% rate, ranking in the bottom third of Division I. Jay Billis says, truly, their 24 wins this year would be closer to 30 if they took better care of the ball and made better decisions. Iowa State will test the Vols' decision-making and ball security with pressure. If the Vols manage it, there are good things available.
Yeah. It's the pressure part. That's where they fell apart at the end of the Virginia game, where it started to fall apart. Good thing was they hit the free throws down the stretch to keep that lead at a comfortable rate, too. But that's where I think it can be problematic. Watching Jacoby or catching Nate in the corner with the ball in their hand, or Bishop for that matter, to me is where it becomes problematic. If they play physical and go at them and keep the flow of the game going, Vols win.
Good news, too, is that one of your weaknesses is also an Iowa State weakness because Iowa State ranks in the bottom 20% of Division I in free throw shooting.
Good.
Cyclones are a 68% free throw shooting team. So if they get a lot of contact fouls down low as Tennessee makes it into a wrestling match, as always, and going for rebounds,
it
might result in turnovers because they miss a lot of free throws.
Yeah, I'm here for. I like this matchup for it. It couldn't have been a better one for us. Now,
yeah,
of the group that's left,
with Joshua Jefferson hurt, yes.
Yeah,
with Joshua Jefferson healthy, I don't love the matchup.
I heard on 3HL yesterday he's saying what he's supposed to. I'm doing all I can to be available. Yeah, I know.
He is a game time decision, according to head coach TJ Otzelberger speaking yesterday.
This is gamesmanship right here.
Oh, of course. Of course. I think even if he plays, he's not close to 100%. I mean, neither is Nate Amon. But imagine if Nate Amon had played the week after he got hurt against Alabama. That's kind of the position that Joshua Jefferson's in.
It is.
We'll talk about that with our friend David Cobb of CBS Sports coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll preview the Sweet 16 games tonight. Take a look at the Tennessee-Iowa State matchup after this. Ramon Will continues on 104.5 The Zone alongside Ramon Foster. I'm Will Bowling, joined this morning by our friend David Cobb of CBS Sports, previewing the Sweet 16 and, of course, Tennessee, Iowa State. David, what's going on? How are you?
Oh man, just trying to keep up. This coaching carousel is getting out of control, and meanwhile, we have real basketball starting back tonight. So a lot going on.
We absolutely do. And maybe we can start there just real quick before we talk about Tennessee, Iowa State. How disrespectful is this from LSU going ahead and reportedly agreeing to some terms with Will Wade to be the next head coach while Matt McMahon hasn't even packed up his office yet?
It's wild. It is vintage LSU dysfunction and Will Wade. I mean, what's crazy to me is that the SEC that Will Wade left behind when he was forced to leave LSU, it's so different than the SEC he's coming back to. I mean, the SEC 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that Will Wade performed really well in, it's so much more difficult now than it was then. And so he's coming into what is clearly one of the two worst jobs now in the SEC. So I understand, right? Like, getting Will Wade is going to motivate the boosters for NIL and all of this. But at the same time, that's a school that cares a lot about football, a lot about baseball, a lot about women's basketball, a lot about gymnastics. I mean, men's basketball might as well be fifth on the totem pole at LSU, and it was just a totally different universe when he was there before. So, man, beyond just like the bizarreness of hiring Will Wade while you have a sitting head coach, him leaving NC State after 1 year, it's like, man, the job you're coming back to is not the job you left. Like, it's going to be really hard to get LSU back to where he had it. And let's not pretend like they were in the Final Four, when he was there. I mean, they were making the tournament, but they weren't king of the league by any stretch. So anyway, bizarre situation playing out there for one of Nashville's native sons.
That's right.
In Will Wade, yeah.
That's right. When you look at this matchup that we've got late tomorrow night, David, as we're already starting to plan how we're going to just get through the day and doing a morning show, then when we're going to take a nap before Tennessee takes on Iowa State, probably around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. How does Joshua Jefferson's status impact this game? Because, David, even if he can go, I guess it's safe to assume he is going to be far from 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this one all comes down to the health status of the two star forwards, and that's Joshua Jefferson and then obviously Nate Ament, who Tennessee got by just fine on the first weekend without Nate Ament fully healthy or at his best. And we've heard Rick Barnes say now on more than one occasion he won't be 100%. For the rest of the season. And Tennessee was able to get by a manageable first weekend without him, and Iowa State was able to get by against Kentucky without Joshua Jefferson. I mean, in the second half of that game, Iowa State just suffocated the life out of Kentucky. You got so many runouts, so many turnovers, and then just shot the cover off the basketball. And that was an eye-opener, right? Like, wow, like this team is capable of doing that without Joshua Jefferson. Really impressive stuff. And that's why you're seeing TJ Otzelberger's name thrown around for the North Carolina job. The dude can flat out coach. And he's got, maybe a third of the NIL budget of the big boys and the North Carolinas and maybe even the Tennessees of the world. The dude's just a ball coach. And so, but make no mistake, like when you get to this stage, like it's different, right? And you gotta be firing on all cylinders. And Tennessee is such a good defensive team. They're so much better defensively, I think, than Kentucky, that not having Joshua Jefferson for this game would make it really, really hard. But then all you got to do is look back on the other side and say, well, what's Tennessee going to get from Nate Ament? And that's, to me, the question that this whole game hinges upon. Because in neither situation with neither team do you have like that deep group of secondary scorers and playmakers. I mean, for Iowa State, it's Milan Momcilovic, and then it's Joshua Jefferson and Taman Lipsey. For Tennessee, it's obviously Jacoby Gillespie, Nate Ament, and then who else, right? Like, who's going to be that third scorer? And so, it's a huge storyline to monitor for Iowa State. Like, what is Joshua Jefferson's status, and can he give it a go? And if he does, how healthy is he?
No doubt about it. We're joined by David Cobb of CBS Sports this morning. If we're looking at Joshua Jefferson playing in this game, what is he going to provide? I feel like this matchup has been talked about as far as the whole NCAA tournament on physicality and guys being able to just get to the rim and make their shots when they're coming to him, but more importantly, the physicality. What are they missing or getting if he is out there?
Well, he does everything for him, and that's what makes him unique and why you see him mentioned as a potential NBA draft guy, even though he's a senior, right? In this draft, we all know it's all about the freshmen, but what makes Joshua Jefferson different is just that all-encompassing Swiss Army knife ability, second leading scorer, second leading assist man, leading rebounder, block shots. I mean, there's nothing on the floor that this guy can't do, and that makes him a matchup nightmare. It really does. So, I mean, do you put Nate Ament on Josh Jefferson? Maybe, but then who's going to guard Milan Momcilovic, who's also super long and can shoot it really well? So you might rather have Nate Ament's length on Milan Momcilovic, right? Because you could disrupt his shooting rhythm a little bit. One of the best three-point shooters in the country. Well, that decision's a lot easier if Joshua Jefferson doesn't play, because then I do think you probably put Nate Ament on Momcilovic. But if Jefferson does play, then you have to pick who do you want your longest, rangiest perimeter defender guarding. And if they're both out there and you put Ament on Jefferson, well, then who guards Milan Momcilovic? Because you can't let that guy get high. Like, you just can't. Like, he's liable to hit 6 or 7 threes. He could be the next who was the guy from Purdue? The next Klein, right? The next
Ryan Klein. Yes. Gosh, I'd suppress that memory.
I'm sorry, Will. But yeah, you gotta have somebody who can guard him too. I mean, that's what maybe the one thing about Tennessee's defense that is like a tick down from last year. It's like last year, it's like, all right, you just throw Jemai Mashak on the best perimeter shooter, right? Well, I mean, this year you don't really have that level of up in your face like perimeter defender, and so maybe Boswell draws that assignment, but he's not quite as he's not like the A++ level defender. I mean, he's just like an A- or A level defender. So that's the storyline here is if Jefferson plays, what do those defensive matchups look like for Tennessee? Because Momcilovic and Jefferson are really tough matchups, and not to mention, of course, like you have your traditional star point guard there in Tamin Lipsey, and I assume that'll be Jacoby Gillespie's assignment.
No doubt about it. The first tip-off of the night is Texas-Purdue, who's been a thorn in Tennessee's side for the last few years.
Forever.
Yeah.
I'm tired of them.
Is the fairy tale done with what Texas has done so far? Do they have a shot?
Yeah, I don't love the matchup for Texas. I mean, I'm shocked they're here. I was in Nashville. Are y'all not? Like when
we are with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the SEC tournament, I was there. I mean, I saw them lose to, granted, Ole Miss went on to make a little bit of a run, but, come on, your season is on the line, and you lose on a neutral floor to Ole Miss. Like, that's a loss. I was in that press conference with Sean Miller afterwards at Bridgestone. He sounded like a coach who was ready to pack it in and start working on next year's roster. I mean, the idea that they're here at the Sweet 16, it blows my mind. But hey, look, that's what you pay Sean Miller to come in and do, is to get the big-time wins at the time of year. They snuck in, they backed in, honestly, to the NCAA tournament, and now they're here. But the problem is, Purdue is so good offensively and can hurt you in so many different ways that I just don't know that I see Texas's defense being able to keep Purdue under 80. And if that's the case, then how does Texas keep up? So I think it ends here, but my gosh, I never would have thought they would make it to the Sweet 16 in the first place.
Iowa, Nebraska tonight at 6:30, David. And a game, I loved the joke somebody made on Twitter saying, like, they need security to separate the two fan bases the way, like, European soccer has it. Like, with literal, like, you can see the neon jackets, like, separating the sections with how crazy those fan bases are. What stands out about the matchup? Who do you think has the edge there?
Yeah, it is crazy, is it not? This is kind of like Tennessee-Kentucky meeting in the Sweet 16, except maybe even a touch more intense, because these programs have never, this is so unprecedented. This is crazy. Tennessee and Kentucky, they're used to being in the Sweet 16. No, Nebraska's never been here. Iowa hasn't been here since 1999, and now they're playing each other in a rubber match, no less. They're 1-1 in the season series, so now they're playing each other both their first times in the Sweet 16, either in a quarter century or ever. So the intrigue here from a narrative perspective is pretty strong. So what it comes down to for me is, like, can Iowa limit the turnovers? Because when they met to close the regular season, Nebraska won that game. Iowa committed 19 turnovers. And so you just can't do that, because with Nebraska, you give them runouts. You let them get up transition threes. Well, all of a sudden they're going to bomb you into submission there, and that's sort of what happened. And so, that's what it's all about. It's like Bennett Sturtz, this stud star point guard for Iowa. He has not been at his best as of late, but if he can really hold it together, keep the ball on a string, keep Iowa under 9 or 10 turnovers, and hit a couple of threes, I mean, Iowa is absolutely good enough to keep marching on here. This is a really even matchup, despite the fact that it's like a 9 seed and a 4 seed. You know, when those numbers suggest there's a huge disparity, that's really not the case here. I think this is a pretty even game.
Illinois-Houston tonight will require some of those football helmets that Nebraska fans were wearing in their game in Oklahoma City against Vanderbilt. With the way that those two teams rebound, as physical as they are inside, but as many three-point shooters, David, as Illinois has, it's a fascinating kind of clash of styles. Does Houston have the length and athleticism that a defense needs to slow down an Illinois offense, in your opinion?
You know, it's crazy that you asked that, because it's Houston we're talking about, and
right.
Normally, like, length, athleticism, no problem, right? The athleticism piece, yes, like these guys do have great wingspans, because that's something that like Kelvin Sampson prioritizes above almost anything else in recruiting, is a wingspan that's longer than your height might suggest. So, like, in a sense, yes, but, like, to your point, this isn't like the vintage most physically imposing, get up in you sort of Houston defense. It's still really good, and they still, like, they play so hard. So in some ways, it's like your vintage Houston team, but in other ways, it's really not. In the 7'1", 7'1" Ivisic tandem, not to mention a guy like David Merkovich, who's just a wrecking ball down low. I mean, there's some real concerns here just with the size and physicality of Illinois. But there's two factors I like for Houston in this game. One, they're going to have a huge home court advantage playing the game in the city of Houston. And two, Illinois down the stretch has been awful in close games. They cannot close out close games. And I think Houston has a little bit of an edge there because of their guard play. I think their guard play is a little bit better than Illinois. So this is a fascinating matchup, but I do have Houston advancing, partly just because I like the fact they're playing this game in Houston, and you're going to get a massive sort of emotional lift from the 15,000 or so Houston fans that'll be in that building.
David, what does North Carolina do about a head coach? Will it be a Roy Williams type of situation where they pull somebody? How deep is this? I guess I got to say pond, because I don't think they're going to go too far with it. But how deep is this pond or lake that they're going to go fishing in to get a new head coach that meets their standards?
Yeah. So I'm honestly, to me, the jury is out on whether or not they made the right decision in moving on from Hubert Davis, because it all depends on the caliber of coach you're able to get. Mm-hmm. I mean, Kentucky fans were elated when John Calipari left for Arkansas, but then they were angry when it turned out that Mark Pope was the guy that they hired, and they talked themselves into it, and he won the press conference and all this, of course, right? But my point is, like, if you don't make a great hire, then all of a sudden you don't look very smart for firing a native son who took you to a national title game, who, by the way, lost his best player for the last month of the season. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, Caleb Wilson was clearly the best player on that North Carolina team. Since when are we holding coaches accountable for things that happen when their best players are unavailable? To me, that was very questionable in their decision-making there. Now, look, if you get Billy Donovan, then okay. Right? Like, okay, okay. Like, you made the right choice here, like, clearly. But if you end up hiring the UNC Wilmington coach, which is basically what Louisville had to do, they had to go out and get the coach from Charleston, right? I mean, Kentucky ends up with a Mark Pope who had never won an NCAA tournament game before, right? Like, the idea that these blue bloods are just automatically backfilling with the elite cream de la candidate. I don't think those days exist anymore. I mean, look, Mark Few stayed at Gonzaga forever. Scott Drew has stayed at Baylor forever. It took 25 years to get Randy Bennett to leave St. Mary's. Like, so the idea that you just snap your finger and hire the great elite sitting coach, it just, I don't think that's reality. And so if they can get Billy Donovan and, some signs there suggest maybe it's possible, then hey, look, great job. But my whole thing is, like, if North Carolina comes out of this with a TJ Otzelberger level coach, they've done an amazing job. And maybe those North Carolina fans would be irate. Maybe they think, oh, well, we didn't get Brad Stevens or Billy Donovan. This was a failure. No. If you get TJ Otzelberger, you've done great. Like, he's an awesome coach. So I just think the perception of who you can hire in college basketball these days versus the reality is just so misaligned, because you don't have to have that blue blood pedigree and branding to be a great coach and a great program anymore. And so it's just harder now than ever before to get that blockbuster level candidate.
Does Mark Byington make sense for North Carolina, former UNC Wilmington player, David?
Yeah, I think he would. Absolutely. Maybe he's not on the A list, but if you get told no a couple of times, oh my gosh. I mean, Mark Byington's done an amazing job at Vanderbilt. I mean, look at what he's done with the players he's gotten. Like, Tyler Tanner was a 3-star, overlooked, no high major offers, like throw in from the Stackhouse era. And then you got Duke Miles, who wasn't even like, he was totally underutilized at Oklahoma. He was like the third best player on a non-NCAA tournament team. And then Byington brings him in within the same league and turns him into an absolute star. Like, in 2 straight NCAA tournaments. Tyler Nickel, another guy who was just kind of, didn't look like he was going to work out at this level. And then all of a sudden, he's just splashing threes from all over the map for an NCAA tournament team. So you give a Mark Byington level coach North Carolina level resources. I mean, my gosh, that would be fascinating to watch, because I think he could be really successful.
Wow.
David Cobb, our guest, CBS sports writer covering college hoops, college football, covering it all at David W. Cobb, where you get him on Twitter. David, you're like me the other day when talking about how good Tennessee students have it right now. I was there for a little bit better basketball than you were, but I hope the students these days know how good they have it, because we did not have it close to it.
They don't.
It was brutal. It was brutal. Ramon, you had it pretty well. You had it pretty good.
Listen, I was there with Pat, okay?
And Monica Abbott.
And Monica Abbott. Like, oh, absolutely. Like, Candace Parker. We lived well, okay? Basketball was doing good. Bruce came on the back end of it. Like, yeah, it was good. I'll take that back. It was good for me.
And y'all did some pretty good things on the football field as well.
We did. We're trying to get back there, man. That's all. We're just trying to get back. There's a little piece of cheese. What about Lady Falls? God, don't get me started.
That's a whole separate conversation, isn't it?
David, don't get me started.
I love it. David Cobb, our guest. David, I appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much.
Man, appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. David Cobb, our guest this morning, talking hoops.
I thought about the 2025-26 Lady Vols at the end of that thing and got sad.
Yeah. Not great, Bob. Not great.
Not even a little bit.
Coming up, wrapping up the show, headlines we've missed, some more details on the LSU hiring of Will Wade. I've got, Ramon, their spending in the last 6 months.
Is this as bad as I think it is?
Yes. Maybe worse. Coming up next. Ramon Will wrapping up the show with everyone else set to broadcast from Melrose and Gallatin today. We're jealous. We are a pro Melrose show. We love Melrose.
I was going to go do lunch there. Got up this morning, did my workout, felt good. It's like, we're accomplished. Nope, I ain't going now.
I did see rumors of reports that Robert Walsh will be buying the green tea shots.
Is it? Whoa. I heard this.
That
the
was
second
reported
time
on
I've heard
Twitter.
this. What's the green tea shot?
Green tea, you ever had a green tea shot?
Never in my life even heard
I
of it.
love
I never
green
even
tea
heard
shot.
of it.
They're so good.
Well, like actual
I've never
green
bought
tea?
them, but like that's one that if they are put in front of me, I will enjoy.
With actual green tea?
No. It does not include green tea.
Okay.
Google AI tells me it is Irish whiskey, peach snaps, and sour mix to mimic the color. Commonly served with lemon lime soda for fizz.
Okay. All right.
It's very good.
Sounds good-ish.
They also, when I was over at the Melrose location the other day, they have espresso martini shots right now.
Shots of it?
That is one thing. Yeah, I saw Justin perk up.
Give me.
We need to, as a society, regulate the fact that men should be able to drink an espresso martini and not be looked at weird. Or just in general, men should be able to drink fruity drinks and not be judged for it.
Same.
Because they're good. They're objectively excellent.
Yes, they are. They're pleasurable. I enjoy them.
They're very good.
I don't care. Well, you're going to get a headache from all that sugar soda?
So that's tomorrow's problem. This is today you're talking to.
This pineapple
Nice to
drink
meet
right
you.
here is amazing. Okay, this Mai Tai is phenomenal.
A tequila pineapple?
What are we talking about?
Outstanding beverage.
Come on, let me get a vodka, cranberry, and the pineapple juice in
Vodka
there.
cranberry can absolutely see me whenever.
Put some pineapple juice in there as well. Like, what are we doing?
Absolutely
Helps
right.
my inflammation.
We don't discriminate.
No, not even a little bit. I'm
Not
not,
even a
too
little bit.
manly.
You're right.
To put an umbrella in my drink, Will.
Do I prefer whiskey? Of course I do. Do I mostly drink whiskey and beer? Yes.
Okay.
Am I going to judge you for having a spicy margarita? Absolutely not.
Listen,
I love a spicy marg.
only discrimination I have is the glass it comes in. Okay, like
Yeah, right. Just give it to me in a rocks glass and I'm
rocks
good.
glass.
Yep.
I'll take a tall skinny.
That's absolutely
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like,
That's absolutely right.
I don't care. This thing's got a wide bulb on it with a lip. Like, give me 2 pineapple and 3 cherries on there. Thank you.
One
Here's your
commenter
tip.
says they're irresponsibly dangerous. Speaking of irresponsibly dangerous, LSU has hired Will Wade to be its next basketball coach. Speaking of irresponsibly dangerous, Aaron Torres tweets this out. LSU spending, Ramon, over the last 6 months. Here you go.
Break it down for me.
Lane Kiffin contract, $91 million. Okay, just start there. Brian Kelly, $54 million buyout. Reported 2026 football roster, $40 million. Matt McMahon buyout, $8 million. Will Wade buyout, $3 million. It's a lot of money.
Plus $3 million.
You doing math?
$196 million.
Yeah.
In 6 months.
Come on. What are we talking about?
196. I didn't know the economy was that good in Louisiana.
It's not.
Sports matter.
It's not. It is crawfish season again, though. Maybe they're
I need to have a bowl at the
slinging
crib.
crawfish. I had crawfish at a downtown establishment last week during the NCAA tournament.
I remember you telling me about it.
I'll shout them out. Champy's Crawfish, excellent. Thursday
Fine.
starting at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Until they run out. It's really good.
Thursday starting at 5.
We split.
Today.
I split with one other person, 4 pounds of crawfish.
Hey.
It was good.
Man, you need like 6 pounds. I'm going to be real with you.
I
10
love
pounds.
crawfish so much.
I enjoy the corn and the crawfish.
When we
bowl.
kicked LSU's butt a couple years ago in football, and I went down there with your brother, Ron Slay.
Yeah.
The night before Slay got there, because we made a Raising Cane's run once Slay got there, of course, because that's what you do when you're in Baton Rouge. I had a crawfish California roll of sushi. It was a California roll with crawfish on top of it.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all.
Very good. I started talking with a little bit of grunt in my voice after I had it.
Did Coach O roll
Go Tigers.
in? I was going to say, did Coach O roll in at some point in time as well? It is crawfish season. I did one a few
it's
years
here.
back. About 5 years ago, I did one, man. It was a good
Mud bugs.
time. Mud bugs. Just better clean them, though.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you got to wait till the water's clean. The water. You know, it's not water down there. It's water.
You was telling me in your crawfish bowl, like I've seen people do it. I've personally never had it, but the mushrooms in there?
Oh, yeah.
Legit?
Spicy mushrooms
Yeah.
absorb all that goodness.
Yeah.
Why do I sound like I'm cosplaying
yeah.
as a Cajun?
Yeah.
I'm Cajun playing as I'm saying these things. No, this one I had last week, it had potatoes. Or potatoes, excuse me. There's no O's in potatoes if it's in a crawfish bowl. Andouille sausage.
Andouille.
Mushrooms.
I made some gumbo last week.
Corn on the cob.
It's fire.
I'm not a corn on the cob guy, though.
Love corn.
I don't want to work that hard to eat something.
I always joke about corn on cob, like, are people eating it vertically or not?
Vertically? You're a psychopath. You should be on a watch list if you're eating corn on the cob vertically. What are we doing?
Jonathan Shaper said that one time, and I about died.
Vertically eating corn on the cob? No.
I will make fun of you if you do that.
Your FBI agents watching you, judging you from your phone if you're doing that.
Yeah, I laughed my butt off.
That is crazy.
That one.
Oh.
I know, man. It's just a cool little running joke right there. It looked like he eats corn vertically. It's like, what? Who even thinks of that?
I need Hard Knock style cameras on all the time. Well, speaking of FBI, they're probably still wiretapping Will Wade. I need all access on the LSU coaches.
Yeah, they should at this point.
Lane Kiffin, Will Wade, and Kim Mulkey all coaching at the same institution. I couldn't think of anything more Louisiana.
Absolutely not.
Could not think of anything more Louisiana.
All they need is Lil Boosie to show up, too. That's it.
Boosie. I don't think I can. Well, no, it's AZZ. That's me.
That's me. Wipe down. They need to wipe us down, man. It's time to go. We gotta go.
We gotta go. Buck Rising show up next from ML Rose and Gallatin. Go by up there, see him, get some loaded chicken nachos, get the Nashville hot cheese curds. I'll just recite their menu from memory because I love it so much. Back at it tomorrow morning. Full loaded show for you. Brent Hubbs, Robert Ayers.
That's me.
And Ron Slay tomorrow morning. 6
we
to
load.
10.
That's all tomorrow, man.
Sure is.
Y'all just got to listen to us for just one whole hour at 6, and then we're going to let everybody else do the talking. But in this March Madness world we live in, man, your Twitter fingers ain't your mic. It's always hot, baby.
This is a different court, Blair. Same result, Slay. Oh, okay, Blair. See, that's Tyler Tanner. See, Tyler Tanner's in the house now.
Let's see what you got. Jury's out, Blair.
Blair, come on. Okay, Blair, just come sit down. Come on, Blair, stop. You're going to get hurt. Blair, get off the court. That's enough.
What's the verdict, Blair?
The courtroom is where I play ball. Boy, Durham, injury law. And that ain't got no roof.